All right, let's go live, guys. Let's do this. Talk some watches tonight. See what's going on in the watch community. Guys, if you're just joining the stream, make sure to smash the upload button. If you're watching a replay, upload as well. It really helps me out. And if you really enjoy the show, consider becoming a member. That's right, there's membership. Tomorrow, I'm leaving for Greece, but I'm still gonna try to come live almost every single day. Possibly, maybe it's a possibility. Drop the link, guys. We're gonna talk about some watches today. It's September 11th, Memorial Day, so we're also gonna read an interesting watch story about a watch from September 11th. Interesting stuff. There's a new channel that's making incredible content, so we're gonna make sure to cover that. But first, we're gonna talk about this Apple Watch. What do you do? What do you do? Do you buy one? Is this a good one, or is the Apple Watch system dead? It's so similar to the old one. I feel like if you have the third one or even the first one, it's not really worth upgrading. But we'll see. Maybe it is worth. Hey, hey, let's start the show. Let's lower the music a little bit. Say hi to our beautiful audience. Tuomo, thank you so much for upvoting. He says, absolutely worth getting a sleep and heart health tracker. Oh, the Apple Watch as a sleep and heart health tracker. But then it burns your skin. So it's not really good for skin that there. I wish it was a little bit better for skin, but somehow it causes burns. Maybe this model doesn't. Maybe no longer. It's a little bit bigger. It's a better screen. It's thinner too. So I think those are pretty good improvements, right? Bigger screen, thinner profile means it can slide under the cuff. It's got new fancy crown, new button. It's all good. It looks fantastic. Looks super clean. And let me know, are you gonna buy this one for yourself or maybe for a loved one? Maybe for somebody in the family? I think this is great for elderly people, and I'll explain later why. Dean, these are not worth getting. The Ultra 2 Apple Watch is the only watch worth buying. The new one in the black DLC Ultra, those are really over the top, but let's first take a look at this one. This is version 10. Can you believe it? It's been 10 years, I guess, since the first Apple Watch. And I guess 9 years since I've been collecting watches. And I still barely know anything about watches. How crazy is that, huh? Because the reason I got into watches is I had the Apple Watch. And then after 1 year of use, the battery started failing. It became really annoying, and I thought, you know what, maybe it's time to replace it with something, because it's just the hand felt naked after wearing a watch for a year. So I was like, oh, maybe if I just get like one really super nice steel watch that will last a lifetime, that could be a way to do it. So that's how I went to buy the Tag Heuer, and the rest was history. Tuomo, welcome. It says, Dean, your upcoming Apple Watch Ultra 3. We'll see. We'll see how the Apple Watch Ultra 3 looks like. It looks like this year they're going to take a leap year. Just skip the update. Just introduce new color. It's a great way to do a gap. Maybe they're going to start upgrading these Apple Watches on biannual basis. Like 1 year they'll do an Ultra upgrade, and then the other year they'll do like a regular Apple Watch upgrade. We got Marco in the chat. Shout out to Marco. Thank you so much for reminding everyone to upvote. And of course, JMB, the legend. Hi, Dingo Dave. Great to see Dingo in the chat. Number one, Air King wearing Australian. James the advisor. Hello, Timmy man. Greece. That's where you and Thorpe can hang out. We could do some Greek wrestling. Me and Alex Fody, we could do some Greek wrestling. Just oiled up. Kaloi, prayers for all the 9/11 victims and their families. Hey, hey, 100%. And I remember it was a really um, traumatic time for my grandmother because when it happened, my mom, she was living in New York City, and I remember I was like a kid in 2001 watching Pokemon in Ukraine, and they interrupted the episode to broadcast the tragedy. And I remember my grandmother; she really freaked out because of the attack. She thought, no matter how small the chances are, it's still possible that something could have happened. But my mom, I believe she was quite far away when the towers went down. But a lot of people weren't so lucky, including my AD. Actually, my sales associate, he got very lucky too. He went fishing on that day. Can you believe it? He was working at the Patek Philippe. He was selling these high-end Pateks to the Wall Street executives. He says he remembers every time there was a big day, when the market was all green, Nasdaq, all the trackers when they were pointing green. He's like, okay, today we're gonna have a good day. Get all the paddocks out, spread them out. We'll have clients in, because these guys they were making millions in a day. So they were you make 1 million a day. What's the 50,000 on the paddock? It's nothing. Um, JCPH says, "Hi, Timmy. 9/11, never forget. 100%. You gotta never forget. But also, America's response was a total waste of human life and money. So much, America could have done so much better. But yeah, it's a horrible tragedy. And can you believe it? Like it's been such a long time ago by now. It's nuts. It's like 23 years. Yeah. Jeez, there's people who have been born after after 9/11, and they're like all grown up and they don't know what it was. Pretty crazy. Yeah, the life goes on in the city. It's amazing how a city like New York, it doesn't care. It's just gonna go on. It's gonna rebuild. It's gonna build better, bigger, actually, and keep on improving until I don't know, some other bigger tragedy happens. Either you like Apple Watch or mechanical watch. It's illegal to like both. Jail sentence illegal. I kind of agree with James. Personally, I'm no longer a fan of these electronic watches. But I do love talking about them. I love the tech, right? I love looking at the spec sheet. It's the stuff that I always like tech. That's why I think I'm gonna have to get the new iPhone. Yeah, it's a serious, investment, but I think it's just worth it. It's the new button. The new camera button is so convenient. I think it would be helpful for to create content on the interwebs here for the watch community. All right, so let's see what else. Monumental display. All right, so check this out. They got this new, bigger and thinner case. So here, this is a really good comparison image. You see that? It's a side by side shot. You could see the one on the left. That's the Series 789. It's like I don't know, 2 millimeters thicker, and the finish is slightly different, but yeah, it's there. It's kind of noticeable. Here we can kind of scroll around. You can see where the crown was, where the new crown is. It looks like the sensor at the bottom is identical, but the button finish around the button has been changed. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, it's a super simple. I like that they removed the little red ring. I thought that was a little bit too much. Let's see. Oh, and this is another even better comparison. It's huge. The new one is big. It's kind of ironic. Uh, Wristwatches, kind of automatic wristwatches, they're getting smaller, but Apple Watch is getting bigger. Also, is that is that really the curve on the screen? Look at that screen, how curved it is. That's serious curve. I didn't realize that the old Series 3 had such a small screen in comparison. Oh, maybe this is they're messing with us. I think the screen went higher on these old ones. They're trying to make the new one look even bigger. But can I can't move around this image. Let's see what do we got here. Uh, uh, Marco says my mom called me Marlo Brando. I wear an Apple Watch Ultra most days. Use it to track my rides and when surfing and diving. Lots of uses. Do you wear it in addition to like a regular automatic watch, or uh, do you not wear an automatic watch? Or do you like mostly wear the Apple Watch Ultra and then sometimes switch to because I could see someone wear Apple Watch Ultra on the right wrist, and then their regular watch, their automatic timepiece. I'm wearing the Panda, by the way, today. I picked out the four watches I'm gonna take with me to Greece. That's right, I'm taking four watches. I figured, okay, I'm gonna go. It's a long trip. I don't think I'm gonna get jacked. I picked out four watches to take with me. If you guys want to take a guess, put your guesses in the chat or any suggestions. I'm giving my watches away to my mom to take home. Check this out. I got this timepiece gentleman roll. Very cool. I was thinking about getting the timepiece gentleman roll painted with image of timepiece gentleman. Hand painted, kind of like the Louis Vuitton. They charge enormous money, but they could basically you could ask them to paint anything you want on your watch roll. I think it's a complimentary service. M2 Carolina Tim, you're an advertiser's dream. Gotta get new iPhone. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yeah, I think so. I think it's important because I mean, look, I still love my old iPhone, the 13 Pro, but I've been waiting for an upgrade. I was gonna upgrade last year and I didn't because I kind of predicted, okay, it was just last year was a really sad release. Not much has changed, but this year, this new button, I think it's a big deal. I mean, I know it doesn't seem like a huge deal, but like it's for the camera. And that's what mostly use my phone for. So it's like a perfect upgrade for me. APIZ link for Red. I think he's working. He's got some big government plumbing projects lined up. Dingo Dave says, I do sometimes eat apples while wearing a mechanical watch, but never wear an apple while eating a mechanical watch. Very interesting. Uh, very, very interesting there. Imagine a bowl of tasty Rolex wristwatches with milk. Mm, delicious. You can just spoon them up and just crunchy. You know how crunchy those Submariners would be? And the beauty, if you put them in the milk, they're waterproof. Love the new titanium bracelet as well. Look at this. Wow. And they have a very clever. Check this out. They got the beats per minute. They got your heart rate. They track your heart, guys. Um, but do you want Apple to know your heartbeat? It seems like invasion of privacy. Like that's the biggest turnoff for me. Is that like Apple is obviously keeping track of all this data. They're compiling it somewhere, and we're just being kind of used as guinea pigs. And maybe eventually they'll figure something out, some breakthrough. Uh, so in a way, Apple Watch, it's kind of it's a great tool for customers, but also it's a great way for Apple to get hella insight onto like human kind of life cycles, right? Because they're tracking all this sleep. Like they'll be able to tell. There's probably a way to predict based on how somebody sleeps, if with enough data, to get some kind of warnings on certain conditions, maybe even pretty crazy stuff. See what else they got here. Yeah, new straps. Gotta love the new straps. They're pretty nice. Waterproof. What is this? How waterproof is it? You can wear it for swimming, I guess. Yeah, yep. They got everything now. All the exercises, intelligent ways to stay connected. Stay connected to people and things. Yeah, there's too many things to stay connected. This is the really big problem. Is that all of this wristwatch stuff? It just eats up your time. Cellular lets you keep in touch even when you don't have your iPhone. And intelligent new features help you stay informed and on top of everything. Pretty crazy stuff. You can call on it, keep help close at hand. Okay, this is the really cool thing. This is for old people. If you have an elderly family member, you just strap one of these on their wrist, and you could technically speaking, this could save their life, if they fall down. Like, well, actually, Daniel Katz should get one of these if we really think about it. No, no, actually, Daniel has a pretty good balance, but you never know. Sergio, 99.99. Do not buy it unless you buy it around in US. You do not have the blood oxygen app unless you buy it abroad. Oh, do not buy it unless you buy it abroad. In US, you do not have the blood oxygen app. Oh, interesting. Why is it illegal to track blood oxygen? Interesting. They can track everything else except the blood oxygen. Dingo Dave says, I have a fish tank update for you. If you like, I can send a video when I get home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Send us the fish tank update. Uh, People been texting me like, "Hey, yo, what's up? What's going on there with the fishes? Who's swimming with the fishes there?" So please send us the update, man. Uh, the roommate actually got her plant. The uh, the plant arrived today. Like what was she thinking? Well, I don't know, look, I love the roommate, but she ordered this plant and it was an absurd amount of money. It was like $200 for just the plant. Everything that's online is like so super expensive. But they had these really fancy schmancy pictures, so she fell for it. She's like, "Wow, this is an amazing plant." And so what? Now it arrives, and we're gonna be away in Greece for a week and a half. The plant is gonna die. How is it supposed to? And she's been telling me to give it to our neighbors. Yeah, that's what an amazing idea. Let's order a plant and then have our neighbors water it for us for a week and a half just to get things started. Oh, come on. She couldn't have waited? I don't know. It's hard, guys. It's really, really hard out there. Sergio 99.99. patent Apple lost a court case to Massimo, a company that said Apple copied their patents for oxygen saturation. So, but wait, they can do it in other countries. The patent only protects them from selling it in the United States. Mm. Man, by the way, guys, are you pushing water? Let me know in the chat. It's super healthy to push water, especially when you drink a little bit too much wine on Sundays. All right, make sure to get yourself a bottle like this and sip on the water instead of Coca Cola. So much better. Grand Master Chime prediction: Timmy will be watering it, or nobody will. Exactly. It's. I hope it's plastic. Like, I hope we didn't read a disclaimer somewhere, and it's one of those plastic plants. That's why that would explain why it's like $80. She ordered two of them. Why? Uh, Sergio 9999. Yes, I have it. The court case was in the United States. The other company has to sue them everywhere. Oh, okay. So they just sued them in the United States. Why can't they like settle? Like they could work out a deal, right? Rolex could pay them some kind of a extortion fee, and they could let them use the technology in US. So what they have I think they still have the sensor, but they turn it off, right? In the phone functions. In like the update. They issue like an update that everybody had to do and disabled the feature. Is that how they did it? Newbie says I prefer my watches not made in sweatshops. Ooh, I'm old fashioned. Pretty brutal takedown there of Apple. Um, yeah, it's a very unfortunate, right? But who's gonna do it? Are American kids gonna do stuff like this? Would American kids right after graduating high school, would they do a job putting together iPhones? Let's see. Let's play a little bit of video. iPhone factory. Let's see. iPhone factory. Let's pull it up, Timmy. All right, let's see this factory here. What do we got? Okay, there's batteries. There's some kind of splash tests. Wait, where's the video? Oh, okay. No. Okay. Would you do this kind of job? Let's see. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Now imagine if that's your job putting together these iPhones. Like, would you be able to do this? Um, I mean, it looks kind of simple enough, actually, right? But it's these gloves. The I wouldn't feel really comfortable wearing these little mini condoms. Do you have to wear the little condoms on the fingers to work with electronics? Probably yes, because of the static electricity. Yo, hey Sergio.
Hey man, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, fine.
Oh yeah.
So the thing is,
Later.
they yeah, the guys from Apple they cannot have that that watch with them in US. They cannot import to US. You know the
They cannot import to US. Wait, hold on.
oh,
Your audio
they
is good.
went yeah they went into a discussion with them. They hired lots of people from that company.
Mhm,
Okay, and they started using um, some technology,
mhm.
okay, that was developed by those guys when they were in the other company. So I think the name of the company is Massimo. They went into court, say, oh, they are using something that is the patent belongs to us, and they lost it. Therefore, they cannot
Wow.
import to US. But I have it.
And it has the blood oxygen level.
Yeah, it works.
Hmm.
And by the way, this one is the 7.
Oh, so you have the 7 and you're are you gonna upgrade? What do you think? Do you think this new one is worth spending money on?
No.
to no, because it's not gonna have the blood oxygen, right?
Yes, unless you buy somewhere else. Anyways, it's one additional app out of the others that there are.
Mhm.
Okay, so it doesn't. You see, here it's working.
Let's see here. 627.
Yes, 97 because I have to. Oh, wait.
Uh,
You see,
okay, 97%. Oh, so what
here
does that mean? Your saturation? How much?
it's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
because
What's a good range
a
to
good
have?
range is between 96 and 99 or 100, but 100 is too few. When bad is when it's 80% or going down. So you needed to know why you have such a low saturation.
Right, and how would somebody's saturation fall? Doing what kind of like some kind of activity or
Disease. That
disease?
was all the hype during the COVID time because when you had COVID, the
Uh huh.
saturation would go down.
Oh.
Okay, and if you go to a hospital, they put something on your finger to see not only the beats but also the saturation with a light. That is the original blood saturation machine that
Mm-hmm.
you have in the hospitals, not the hotels, in the hospital. And the guys developed a way to put into smartwatches. But as I said before, it went into a litigation. To be honest, Apple could buy the company.
Right, exactly. But maybe they're thinking that it's such a maybe it's a small company. I don't know how much this company is making, but because Apple is the buyer, the seller has a lot of leverage against Apple. So they could ask Apple and a reasonably large amount, and maybe Apple, you know, because it's a company at the end of the day, right? It's a business. They're doing like a price cost analysis. How long this patent is going to last? How long do modern day patents last? Looks like 10 years longer.
It depends. If I recall, for technological improvements, is 10 years. So the
Okay.
copy machines, all the stuff that goes on is 10 years. If it's intellectual property that's related to art, for example, Mickey Mouse,
Hmm.
it goes until 75 or 90 years, something like that. Depends on. And by the way, how long a patent is worth it, it depends on the country because
Hmm.
the patents office in US has a different set of rules than maybe in the European Union or maybe in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so each different country has a different way to approach of how to give patents and what kind of patents are given.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's a little bit complicated, but in this case, and the company, yes, Mickey Mouse just expired after lots of changes because it was, I think, 50 years. They were able to lobby the Congress to change, postpone it, but now they cannot postpone anymore. And
But it's
I
the
know that
original design, the old design of Mickey Mouse from like the black and white one. So the
yes,
current one is still they still own the rights to the current version of the Mickey Mouse. But
they
when
can.
would the current version expire? Or is there or has there been laws to modify that
The,
current IPs could be
it's
held indefinitely?
it's linked to the piece of art, to design itself. The Steamboat Mickey, which is the first one, this one is already expired and people can use it, can make it
Yeah.
stories about that, but it has to be just like that one and can use the name Mickey Mouse. That's the big issue.
Really? That's
Yeah, they
big.
can. Yes,
Oh no, can they use Mickey Mouse? Because
they
he
can.
was really? You sure?
Yes, because Mickey
Whoa.
Mouse is not a trademark anymore. Okay,
Wow. I
just
thought
like just like the Eiffel
I thought he
Tower.
was called something like Steamboat Willie. I thought that was the original name. I think they can
No,
use that.
Steamboat Willie was named of the picture
Uh-huh.
because it was the steamboat named Willie, if I
Uh-huh.
recall. I don't know if Willie, but the name of steamboat.
Well, I thought
Okay.
maybe it's like Steamboat Willie, like the Willie who works on the steamboat. But
Not
hey, what the
sure.
fuck do I know? I'm just I don't know.
Okay.
I heard about this, but
Yeah,
this is an interesting concept.
I'm gonna
Steamboat
give another
Mickey?
example. Yes, Steamboat
Uh,
Mickey. I'm
is
gonna give
that
another
like
example
mm,
of crazy patents. You know the Eiffel Tower, right? In
yes.
Paris. Okay.
Uh-oh.
The guys they develop a new kind of lightning, not
Mhm.
lighting during the night, where there are lots of flashes of light going on, just like a precious
Yes.
stone with the sparkling. That design is patent. Okay.
Patent.
So
Mhm.
although you can go during the days and take pictures of the Eiffel Tower and even sell it, because you can do those fine art pictures,
Mhm.
during the night you cannot sell it. You cannot take a picture during the night with those lights, okay, and sell it, because
What?
that light arrangement, yes, is a proprietary based on patents of design that belongs to the company or to the institution that runs the Eiffel Tower. You can take picture and bring to yourself as a memento, but you cannot make it commercial. You cannot
You
do a
can't
fine art print and
monetize it.
send it.
Or
Yes,
you
you
can't
cannot
like put
monetize it.
ads over it? Interesting. So
No,
the
cannot.
is that why they put the lights? Wait a second. Was this like a way that they
Man, it's the kind of thing that people did not be. They do it. They do the lighting
yeah.
in order to attract more people, but they did not realize that there is an additional revenue stream that goes together with that, because as they are proprietary of that kind of lighting, they can
And
charge whatever they want.
who's the owner of the lighting? Is it some kind of company that they hired to do the lighting or and they own the rights or does the city of Paris owns the rights?
I'm not sure who owns the Eiffel Tower, but is the owner of Eiffel Tower. I'm not sure if it's the city of Paris or is the French government itself. I
Mhm.
don't know if it's a federal monument, if a state or city monument, but
Those are some
whoever owns
important
the Eiffel is the
yeah.
one who owns the rights to monetize that stuff. Just like the Hudson Rivers, you know that stairway to nowhere that you have in the Hudson Rivers, close to your home.
Uh Stairway to Nowhere?
Yeah, there is a
In a
stairway.
canyon? In like a canyon?
No, in New York there is that real estate development in the Hudson River. I think it's Hudson River, where there is lots of new buildings that they create. And there is a monument which is a stairway
Uh-huh.
that is like an egg. I don't remember the name, guy. Let
Oh,
me
oh,
just figure
wait, you're
out.
talking about the what's it called? In Hudson Yard?
Yeah.
The vessel? The vessel.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That is that design. That place is not a public one, so you cannot monetize the picture of those pictures. You should not.
Really? What?
Yep.
So
As a
like
sad
no
side note, they close a lot of time because people love that place to dive, right?
yeah.
Without
Yeah,
safety
it's closed
equipment.
now. It's closed now. It's no
Yeah.
longer open to public, unfortunately, because there's too many depressed people in New York City. And they
The
found this
rent
to be so convenient.
the rentals are so high, they choose a
Yeah.
place where they can
Oh
jump
my
on.
god. It's
Yeah.
brutal. It's a bloodbath out there. I heard that my uh, brother is renting right now an apartment in the city. He's paying 3,000 and he's got a roommate. What
Well,
the
the is a two-bedroom place, because depending on the place is kind of cheap, huh? If it's a two-bedroom apartment.
two bedroom? Yeah. But like
Yeah.
it's two well, actually I don't know. I don't know if it's two bed. It's got to be I think two bedroom. Maybe it's one it's possible that it's a one bedroom, and they share room in the living room. But I didn't ask any further. I'll actually ask next time
Yeah.
for more details.
Yeah.
But
I hope he does well,
yeah.
because rental
Yeah.
in New York is it can be brutal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's trying to do the find. You know, he totally looks like a finance bro. He just needs a white shirt and a Patagonia vest. He will look like he belongs in that area.
A blazer or something like that, so you can drive. There are Instagram. There are some. I see sometimes the people, the interns that go to work in big companies or big banks. They are like interns, 20 years, and they use lots of beautiful and suits, and they earn 800 euros per month, which is nothing because
Mhm.
it's inter salary. And people say with the meme, no? The interest from, I don't know, Bank of America or Goldman Sachs discussing how to end hunger around the world. But they need to suit themselves. They need to wear the kind of uniform in order to blend into the business category they work in. So sometimes it's hard, man.
Really?
Yeah, but are you interested in to dive on in one of those Apple Watches?
Diving?
Yeah, you wanna
Like
get one?
snorkeling?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
Be-
mind. I think that would be really
bec-
cool.
yeah, because the new one it
Yeah.
has some additional sport activities.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and those some of them are linked to sea or snorkeling, free diving, the kind of stuff. They have it.
Wow.
It's just, because every new watch they add more sports. So the first ones was about running. Now they have running, bicycle, whatever they put in
Swimming,
there.
and now they have
Swimming,
diving. Yeah.
diving, snorkeling, all that shit. Because they
It,
needed to add more stuff, so people get enticed to buy the new one.
it's amazing
It's
how successful they were. The product really
yeah,
looks good. Like that's the thing that Apple is still, I think, at the top
yeah,
of the watch game. Like a digital watch game.
yeah. They
Nobody
sell
else is
more.
even close.
They sell more watches. If you
Yeah.
consider as a watch, let's consider as a watch just for the sake of the conversation. They sell much more watches than all Switzerland combined, all the companies in Switzerland combined.
What?
Yep,
That's
they sell a
crazy.
lot. That's crazy.
That
But
shows
I ha-
how good they're
I
at.
have I have mine, and I only use
Mhm.
when I'm going to walk around. So I'm going to walk. I want to count how many steps I do, what the kind of gym that we have to do. I'm an old guy, so I need to keep on going. Or if there is a very chaotic day with lots of meetings, so I keep it my agenda in the watch so I do not lose it because I have 6, 7, 8, 10 different meetings or calls. So I have it here so I do not lose track of it. Other than that, I do not use it. When I go home, I just got home. When I go home, I pick let's say a real watch, not the
Mhm.
Apple Watch. Apple Watch is more another tool to go through some specific parts of the day, walking, maybe practice some sport for some people,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, as a device that can track all your health stuff, it's really good at that. Really good. And just the way it's built, like it is really built better than any other, one of these smartwatches. The other smartwatches, they're so horrible. I recently handled some of them. Oh,
The
they're so far
Garmin,
behind. They're better, like the Google
the
Watch. It's a little bit better,
no,
but it's not even close.
yeah, I think I've seen lots of them right before committing to the Apple Watch. In fact, this is the
Yeah.
third one that I have. I have the Apple 3, then the Watch 3 Series 3, then the Series 7. No, Series 3, Series 5, and now Series 7.
Wow.
So and the first one, the battery swelled, so I need to change. The second, I think it's water damaged the watch.
But it
Now I'm
was
on this
waterproof,
one.
right? But still
Waterproof
good
like a
in.
Speedmaster. It's waterproof like a Speedmaster, right?
Oh, okay.
If you put in water, it makes some pressure, something is gonna go through the cracks. So
Right.
yeah, it's
Wow.
not that waterproof. At least that one does not. The new Ultra, I think, is 150 meters, 100 meters. I'm not sure.
Mm,
Okay.
I think it's like 120 meters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Nobody's
maybe
gonna
wait,
die.
yeah, let's see it. Let's see the new Apple Watch Ultra. Would you consider getting an Apple Watch
No,
Ultra?
I
No?
saw it. It's gigantic. It's like an Invicta watch, man. Come on, you have
Yeah,
not
but
going
it's
to
a
have an
super
Invicta.
complication. Look at this. It's got like 90 complications in it. Super
No, but this
watch.
complication, yeah, this complication can have the complications you want in the watch because it's the beauty of the Apple Watch is that
Yeah.
you can have as many complications as you want. I have 10 different complications here. Let me show to. I have this one that I'm using right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Okay. Now that's a simple dial. That's just
yeah, simple
time.
dial with
Yeah.
the dates. Okay,
Yeah.
so I can change. Let me use one that I like a lot,
Mhm.
which is this one.
Oh, let's see. What is that? Uh, Wait, is
Snoopy.
that Snoopy? Oh no.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my God, Apple has a Snoopy dial.
Yes.
What the
And
F?
I
And it's
and I
animated.
freaking love it. It's animated, and there is
That's
different animations,
so
over
cool.
40 different animations. So I like it.
Wow.
There is one, which is this one. When you
Oh,
can
this
see, you
with
see
all the
the
stats. Yes.
calendar, the
That's the
steps, the
kind of
rings,
thing I had on my
different
on
time
yeah,
zones. They call it modular. So there are
modular.
different ways of doing it. There is this one too, which
Uh-huh.
is
Oh, this is really simple. It's just a really hip way, like very disco.
yeah.
When you go to a discotheque, you can put that one on.
I, I think I like this one because it's neon, it's like
Yeah.
glowing, something like that. You know, I
Yeah,
like it
neon.
sometimes.
I like neon.
Yeah, but so there are lots of different ones. So the complication you can put on the screen or on the dial, you
Yeah.
can choose. You can customize it, and it's pretty easy. Okay,
Mm.
so I like it. But the Ultra is too big, man. It's too big.
Look at it.
It's
It's
an Invicta watch.
gigantic and now blacked out.
Yeah,
It's
it's
blacked out.
too
New
much.
finish. Never quit. Featuring a stunning new black titanium case. Apple Watch Ultra 2. They should have called it 2B for black.
Yeah,
Is the
I
ultimate
th-
sports and adventure watch. It has all the connectivity, health, and safety features for the everyday, and it takes training further with the most accurate GPS in the sports watch. It's a big
yeah,
claim,
but
very bold.
it's too much, man. I think it's too much for a watch. It's too big. I do not like big watches. I'm not an Invicta kind of guy, so it's too much.
Mhm.
And I'm not a ultra marathon athlete not to want this. Okay. Although I like the bracelet,
But
it's
of
kind
course,
of a is a
uh-huh,
mesh. It's a beautiful one. The
shark mesh.
bracelet is a beautiful one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shark mesh. This is the blacked out one. This is cool for military type of dudes. You know, someone
I prefer
in
I
the
prefer the
backcountry.
PRX carbon forged.
Carbon forest.
Yeah, the PRX is much more is more beautiful than this one, man. Come on. The PRX.
The PRX. Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
PRX, of course. It's same money, right? At retail, at
Yeah.
full retail,
This
PRX.
this one is I think $700 or $900. I'm not sure. Take a look at how much is this one. It's too expensive. It's crazy.
Yeah. What's the price on this thing? Like $900.
Go to pre-order. Click pre-order.
Look at this. So it's got 36 hours of power on the normal use and 72
That's
hours of
good.
power on the low power use. Up to 17 hours of outdoor workout in low power mode. Oh, that's nothing. It's kind of
Well, this one is 18
the
hours.
workout. Yeah, the workout.
It's never 24 hours. You have to recharge every single day.
I mean, 36 hours, that's a like a day and oh, it's a day and a half, right? It's not
Yeah,
2
but
days.
normal use, you mean you do not
Normal
to
use.
go in sports or the shit. So yeah, normally you are a desk
Mhm.
warrior.
And then in low power, it could go for like 3 days,
Yeah, but low
right?
power means now the apps are powered on, so it's just the minimum that they
It's the
use to
absolute
click
basic.
time. Yeah, yeah, basically in order to save battery.
Mhm. Let's see here what the price is. 799 on the loop,
Oh, $800.
trail loop. If you want that bracelet, that's an extra $100. No, it becomes 900. There we go. Look at that. Wow. I like that Milanese. It looks really sophisticated.
Yeah, I like
Like a
it.
little
Yeah,
belt.
in titanium, it's beautiful. Yeah, because it's
Mhm.
magnetic.
Whoa. Wow. That is really advanced. You can set the oh, and it looks like a sad old man. Uh Look at this. It looks like actually no. Look at this. The buckle looks like a cartoon face of some dude. Where's the
Really?
picture?
I can't
Yeah.
see from here.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll zoom it in. Uh what the hell? Look at that. It looks like a dude. You
It
see
looks
that? It's
like
like
a
a
bulldog,
cartoon.
man.
Yeah, with the eyes and the big eyebrows and the
The
frown.
ears.
What the hell?
Yeah,
They did this on purpose? What is
I
going
don't
on?
know.
Look at dude.
No, it's
Kind
a French bulldog. It's a
of
French
French
bulldog.
bulldog.
Come on, gee, come
uh,
on, man.
Funny,
It's
but
funny.
but by the looks of it, basically, you can set where this part sits on the bracelet, and then the top part attaches to it, so it's a seamless design. It could be adjusted to any wrist.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
To be honest, this Milanese loop is a beautiful one. But you see, 900, and when you buy it at least every 2 or 3 years, right?
hmm
Because you want to have the latest. The latest people who buy this stuff do not stay with this kind of watch for more than 2 or 3 years. They want to replace for the newest edition. So it's almost $800 per year, or every 2 years. Oh yeah, man.
Makes sense. And here we have these incredible Hermes straps. I mean, this looks so good. The designs are actually incredible. Unfortunately, these are extraordinarily expensive, but they're so nice.
Yeah,
The, the
I bet. Yeah,
the green. Look at the the rubber, right? It's got these H's for Hermes, and then
and
the bracelet looks like the Purex.
yeah, and they don't use leather anymore. They used to have leather bracelets,
That's
but
right.
1 or 2 years ago, yeah, they stopped doing it because
No, no,
leather.
no. Come on,
Yeah,
seriously?
yeah,
No.
seriously.
But it's Hermes.
See,
That's what they're known for. They got a
man,
logo for a horse. They
no,
have
they
to do
took out
leather.
no, they took out the leather from the bracelets and the leather from the iPhone cases. Remember, there were two iPhone cases, one made of
Mhm,
silicon and the other one was made of leather. They took out the leather. They went with they call it wool fabric, which was a total nightmare. In
mhm.
fact, they stopped with the wool fabric because it did not last 2 months. But they went with this. No, you know, we are aware about what it can do, save the leather, save the cows, save the people, and now we have rubber
Very
and steel.
interesting. Well, rubber is also pretty horrible because it turns into what is the rubber made out of, right? Plastic. Or is it
No,
natural
depends. You
rubber? Oh, there is
you can
natural
have
rubber.
natural rubber. Yes, there
Yeah, you
is.
could. You
The,
think this is natural rubber Hermes
no,
strap?
I don't. I don't.
Exactly. If it's synthetic,
It's
then
much
it's
more
just as
expensive.
bad.
Yeah.
'Cause it's horrible for the environment. It never microplastic, it like never goes away.
Man, come on. Everybody think wants to save the world. They go against the plastic, all the shit. Nah, nah, nah.
It's the
But they want to have
microplastic.
yeah, but they want to have the iPhones which are full of ion lithium, and nobody knows how the ion lithium is mined, right? It's one
It's
of the
horrible for the
dirtiest
environment.
ways to mine it. Yes, one of the worst. But nobody cares because they are doing your iPhones with it. So come on,
Well,
it's kind of
well,
a selective
the
ammunition.
problem, actually, Sergio, I think we have a bigger problem, and it's that the way our society is structured, it's not conducive to that kind of thing. It's not going to happen. We're not going to have electric cars that are efficient, and that because like we're just a different type of society here in the United States. That's just the fact, okay? The Americans, they're not gonna do it because look at what's happening with the iPhone, right? Apple is not like they're not even trying to make iPhones that would last for a really long time and like they don't they do actually everything to make their phones more fragile. Like they were sued and accidentally in this article it was revealed that they used like a softer kind of aluminum because they thought, oh, this is a great way that our customer can kind of potentially break the
Mm.
iPhone and then they'll have to buy a new one and they can get another sale. So by making it really soft, somebody can put in the pocket, sit down, bend it, and then
Yeah,
they have to buy a whole new iPhone. You know,
but I
it's
think there
this
is a
kind
lot
of
of
tricks.
conspiracy. I think there is a lot of conspiracy theories there because you get an iPhone. Where's mine? I don't even know where's mine.
Hmm.
It has to be thin. Nobody wants a brick, just like the first generation of cell phones, right? It was a brick. So it has to be light. It has to be made of
No,
glass
no, that's
because of the screen.
irrelevant. No, no, no. That I think what specs, what kind of specs it has to have, it's irrelevant because it's not about that. It's about making money. It's a business, right? So they're doing a business calculation, right? They have to
Hmm.
create a product, sell it this year, and be able to sell another one
To
next
have a
year.
yeah consumerism. It's
It's
consumerism.
exactly because that's the priority, and they're graded on how much money they produce. The priority is, hey, we need to make a product that lasts 1 year, and then the rights are taken away.
No, I don't think that's something that lasts for 1 year because, to be honest,
Well,
mine
it
is
could,
15,
but
so it's 2 years already.
they do
Yes.
like software updates, and there's stuff that actually also makes the like for example, the way they did the glass on the back of this one is
Hmm.
that to put the glass in, you have to go through the front. And they did that because, hey, it's so easy to break the glass on the back. And if you break the glass, it's going to be more expensive now to service the watch, service the phone, because it's a very complex repair. And they figured, hey, people are not going to repair; they're instead going to get a new one. It's like it's designed on purpose to, if broken, to become obsolete. It's like this
Yeah.
trick, hey, they're trying to find ways where the consumer can fail the watch or the phone and will need a new one because then they can get another sale. It's like a bonus sale. If that's a great way to run a business.
Yes. Yeah, it is because instead of trying to repair and continue using a phone that you buy once, you have to buy two, three, four, five in a time lapse of 5 to 10 years. That
Yes.
makes sense. But on the other side, on the other part of it, they also
But
have the competition, and they have to have the best, the best, the best. So it's a run, it's a competition where people try to outsmart the others, and they cannot. They have to be the most, the thinner one, the lighter one. So in
they
order to
don't
do
get
that, you
rewarded.
have
Like
to glue everything.
but they don't get graded on like how thin, how long the battery lasts. They get graded on how much profits they made. That's the only metric that
The
Wall Street is
revenues.
looking for.
Every
So
single quarter, baby. Every single
yeah,
quarter. How much
so
you sold it?
it's just a matter of giving, not, something, but not too much, so that you could next year put it in and maybe get somebody to buy again. It's all kind of very manipulative now.
Yes, yes. And I think Apple
And
started the subscription
but
model,
that's
right? Where
why,
they made a subscription and you have
yeah.
it every single year a new one.
But that's why I think we're not gonna get to the point where we're gonna have electric cars in United States, because it's just, business priority is just not there, and yeah, it's not conducive to uh, to our
No.
society. Now, other countries, no, in Switzerland, they did those ugly. They were so ugly electric cars in certain like cities, high end cities, where there's no cars allowed because they like their fresh air and stuff.
But
So,
sometimes people go too over the top on that, right? Those functional cars, I remember, I saw those, and they are ugly AF. But man, the only thing a trend
but it works.
becomes a success when the economics work hand to hand.
Right, and
Okay.
they managed it to make it work because it's just, they use common parts. They use parts that are really simple, that last really long time, that are easy to mass manufacture. So if something needs repairs, it's really easy because it's all universal parts. You can just boom boom swap two things, swap a wire, and you're done. And the thing is built to actually, like, they said, like, it's built to last like 60 years or something. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
when you have a society where the cycle of the goods take longer to be necessary to renew it or to replace it, it's bad in the short term because, as you said, every quarter people are not going to have all the sales, but it's a good on the long term. So it's about economics.
Mm. Billy says Apple is becoming a software company. They make money on all the software. The more you use it, the more they make.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
believe that.
they do have a lot of software,
Yeah,
but
Apple
their
when
hardware,
Apple
I think, it's their hardware, right?
no,
The
the hardware is the presentation, right? How you present. That's why they say buy my shit, because my shit, the software is connected, seamless connect to the hardware. So when you have
Yeah.
a Mac or an iPhone, it's not like having a Windows PC that sometimes you have the blue that this the blue screen of death. You don't have that in on Macs. And when you have an Android phone, sometimes it goes crazy when because every time it is you cannot every time it's trying to update something and you stay out of touch. I hate Androids because of that. Okay, but as he said, when Apple came with the iPhone, they did not realize that one of the biggest revenue streams for Apple was not the iPhone,
software, the
was
App
the
Store.
App Store. The
Yeah.
the first the music and the videos, because remember they used to sell music,
Yeah.
right? Then it became the App Store itself. Now nobody. Do you buy music? No, nobody buys music. They buy subscription service in Spotify or Apple Music. So it moved, and now what really brings the money is the App Store, the softwares,
Mhm.
and all the machines they do, and they do very well. Let's put kudos where they belong. Okay, it's just the neighbor to have those softwares. They making clean, clean, clean in their cash machines. Oh,
Uh, well,
but it's a nice. I like them.
unfortunately, I haven't used App Store in a really long time, because, like, they need to do something about this, because all the stuff there, all the games, all the apps are some kind of scams. It's just everything is since they created an ability to monetize the apps, it's just a lot of stuff there. It's just such junk. It's filled with so many ads. It's unusable. And the games,
Ye-
they're all
yes.
some type
Uh,
of a dopamine scam. that goes on
Yes.
forever. It's just
Uh, unless
they need
you
to start
buy the
curating
software,
their
yeah, and they
product
take out the
seriously.
ads. Yes, but
It's way
I
too
like.
open. I used to think that Apple didn't allow enough people in the App Store, but it's out of control right now. The quality is so horrible.
Man,
All
I'm
the
telling
stuff
you,
yeah.
I have, I have, I have. Oh, it's here. I have an Android
Yes.
and I have a iPhone. Okay,
Oh, nice.
and I'm telling you, the Google Store is 10 times, 1,000 times worse than the
Real.
Apple App Store. Yeah,
Oh.
it's amazing.
Yeah, they're
I
even
know that.
more free for all over there.
To give an idea, I went to download because I need to have two phones. So I went to download a bank app to my phone.
Mhm,
So I went to the name of the bank. Oh, this bank, for
mhm.
example, First Union. So First Union. So there was First Union, another First Union app, another First Union app, another First Union app, and the developers were different. So it was one made in whatever, which was based on the bank itself, and lots of them were, I don't know, Chinese, Albanian, Israeli, whatever. So you can see clearly those apps for banks. Only one was real. All the others were a tentative to scam you,
Wow. That's
and it was there.
on the App Store?
On now on the Google Store.
No way. So
Yeah,
they
in the
just,
App
they
Store they have
created an
more
app where they
control on
just
this shit.
fish people's, login information and
Yeah,
then log in, instead of
you
you
think
and try
it,
to scam you?
yeah,
That's
you think that, oh, this is the app of my bank. It's not. It's an app that was created to grab our information and then use it against you.
wow.
And it was there. So it's, I prefer, at least for the Apple Store,
Mm,
the Apple App Store has much more safety measures than that. But one thing is safety, the other thing is the quality itself of the game's application. This is another story, as you were saying before.
mhm. Billy, Tim, App Store's quality is better than anybody's. The Apple Store is fantastic. You don't use it enough to understand. We're people that use it every day. Okay, well, look, there should be an App Store Plus where they just curate the good stuff because yeah, I can't find anything. Bill, I can live without my Rolex watch, but cannot live without my Apple Watch. He's not kidding. My
Man,
Rolex watch doesn't do anything but tell time. My Apple Watch does so many things. It's unreal. I don't even have to carry the phone. Wow.
so he
Eh,
uses the GPS and the cell
wow. Yeah.
on the Apple
Does
Watch.
that come with two SIM cards? How does that work? You do have to pay an extra
No,
monthly, like a $10
yeah,
fee, no?
no, depends on the company, the telecom company that you have the account. Sometimes you have the same eSIM to the same two eSIMs, one for the phone, one for the watch, but they are the same number. So depends on the company. In other companies, if they do not have this, you have to have one account number for the watch and one phone number for the phone itself. But I know that some telcos they already have one telephone number for both your phone and your Apple Watch.
Hmm.
And they use
Uh,
eSIM. They do not use the SIM card anymore, right?
oh, just
The,
electronic, just the
yeah,
numbers?
it's a QR code. You take the QR code, you see
Uh-huh.
here, you see on the screen QR codes, and it goes the eSIM to you. They validate with the telco company. You don't need
Yeah.
to have a real physical SIM card anymore.
Wow. Just boom, boom. Oh, actually, the n- the new one I think doesn't have the SIM card tray, right?
Yeah, in US does not. Around the world it does have that. Mine still have. because
Oh.
I'm not in
Oh, in
US. You remember?
Europe, in Europe, they have, like, a requirement that the phone has to have SIM card,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
Really?
because it is not still
Like, used
common shit
everywhere.
like
Uh-huh.
USB-C, for example.
Mhm.
So they still need to have SIM cards.
Wow.
But at some point in time, it's going to be a
Actually,
thing of the past.
I think that's why, iPhone put the USB-C on their phones, because in Europe, they mandated that everything all the
Yes,
watches have to have USB-C.
it was a mandate from European Union because they
Wow.
wanted to avoid too much waste, electronic waste. So it's about the cable, right?
Mm.
So they say no, I have to use the same cable. And
It's
they
a
thought,
scam.
okay, so if I
Yeah.
have, yeah, makes kind
Well, no,
of sense.
a lot of, like, different cables, some companies used to just create their own cables and then charge
And
ridiculous amount of
US,
money, make them easy
yeah,
to
and
break.
USB, see, yeah, USB is a standard, so lots of
Mm,
companies use that. And right now, the USB-C is much better than the old Lightning. That's okay with that.
mm,
Okay, but there are other scams. Remember that there was a time when you bought a new phone, you had the phone, you
yeah.
had something to put in your ears, the earphone, you had the cable, and you had the charger. Now you have nothing of this.
Yeah.
Only the cable for
Yeah.
now. For now.
Soon there's gonna be no cable either.
They're going to say you don't need cable. You just use that
Funny.
that induction charge, right? You have the induction charge. You see,
I
put on
think,
this on the surface.
yeah.
Then we take it out.
I think actually the biggest savings they got was on the shipping, because the box that holds the iPhone, it was now like half the size. So when you're shipping something overseas, you can put as twice as many into the container. So you're like
Yes.
saving serious shipping
You
costs.
remember Tim Cook? He made his name in Apple in the logistic area.
Logistics. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
Tim Cook is
Right.
not a designer. Tim Cook is not finance. Tim Cook is not a marketing guy. Tim Cook was an engineer, hands-on supply chain
Supply chain.
logistics, and he's
Mm,
very good on what he does.
dang. How did they do it? They're so, it's just, it's a really big production, and somehow every year they continue to surprise people with these crazy advancements.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, look at this.
This,
The
this dial looks
Hermes.
the H08, right?
It is.
This dial.
Yes. That's like you get this is great for Hermes, because somebody, they might buy this one, and then when they're at Hermes, right? Because probably whoever buys this one likes Hermes, and if they ever stop by Hermes, they could see the real deal. They ate the H08, and they might decide to upgrade to an automatic watch. It's a
It's a way to
business kind
flex.
of combo. Hmm?
It's a way to flex.
Yeah. Hey, we got Elton in the chat, says Tim Cook is a virgin. No. Oh my god.
I, I don't think so, but okay, anyone can say whatever they want.
Billy, $5 super chat. When you steal the iPhone, it's no good to you. You cannot put a SIM card in it. It stops all the stealing. It stops all the stealing. Okay. I mean, look, I don't know if it stops all the stealing, because
No, it
people
doesn't.
still,
You can break it.
you can you could break it. You could also use it for parts. The parts themselves in the phone are really valuable, right? So you could it's still useful even if you steal it, right? I think so.
Yeah, but you can jailbreak the jailbreak means you can
Oh,
hack the iPhones. People
mhm,
who steal their phones, there is a huge mafia on that. They are able to they erase the phones, they make it brand not brand new, but factory reset.
really?
Okay, is yeah, for a common person like you and me, or
Yes.
all the people, or most of the people who are here on the chat, it's virtually impossible to get a phone that belongs to someone
You need to
and try
trust the
to
software.
make it, try to reset it and have it for you. Okay, but it's you and me. We are normal people. There are other people who know people who can hack these phones. They cannot hack into the account. Some people can, but they can reset the phone and make it just like a virgin version of the phone, and they sell it. So after all, it's software. If it's software, you can
Yeah.
try to brute force it, whatever they do it.
Just yeah, it's possible to redo the software. I remember when I had like mine, I had the third one, 3S or the regular 3, I forgot. But at that time, there was all these hacked iPhones, iPhone 4, iPhone 4S. They jailbroke those watches with like some special apps. They had these apps you can change the wallpapers, everything, fully make it fully customizable. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been a
And in
fan of
fact,
them.
in Europe they have a problem because the European Union ruled that they
They can
Apple has
jailbreak
to
whatever they want.
yeah, Apple has to allow people to have other app stores other than Apple. And Apple says, "Oh, if you want me to do it, yes, I'm going to do it, but for security and safety, this is not what you want." So if there is any kind of hacking, they are going to blame, "Oh, it's an open source, so it's not my fault anymore," which kind of makes sense, right? The beauty of the Apple that they
Mhm,
sell to every user, to every potential buyer, is that you have a software that is 100% compatible and safe with the hardware that you buy, because they have this wall garden, which is the App Store. So they kind of they vouch for
mhm.
every app that is in the Apple Store. If you use something else and you download something else that was not vetted by them, they are going to say, it's not my fault.
Yeah, this is not for everybody. I've been
Yes, and in fact, if I recall, there is a rumor that that AI for Apple AI, I don't know how they call it,
Apple
okay,
Intelligence.
is yes, is not going to be rolled out in Europe. It's going to be
Oh.
rolled out only in US and other markets because of
Hmm.
this necessity in Europe to have an open source in order to get other Apple store, to get other app stores other than Apple's.
Mhm.
So it's a kind of a
Interesting situation. Huh.
yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? Should people be, I mean, I guess it makes sense that people should be able to put, any app store they want on it. But,
Man,
at least
it's
maybe
about
there should
safety.
be some kind of a warrant, right? Yeah. So Apple
I'm
saying
going I
like,
give
"Hey,
I'm, I'm going to give a exaggerated
mhm,
example. Okay, people are very adamant about privacy. They
mhm,
don't want people to take photos of them on the street. They don't want you to have video cameras
yeah,
spying on them or looking at them.
right,
So there should not be. In some places, I think US, you cannot use video cameras with any kind of identification software that can ID who is the person, which is not the case, for example, in China. On the other hand, people want to feel safe. So if you put surveillance cameras all around the block, the police or someone else is going to know who's being on those places at what time. So it's easier. It's a kind of a crime deterrent, right?
mm,
If everything that you are doing and everybody's doing is going to be on video, so people try not to do it. So it's privacy and safety. So who's going to choose what? Some people prefer privacy. Some
mm,
people prefer safety. In my case, I have no problem. I would not like to have a jailbreak because all the apps that I have that I want are already being served by Apple Store. So I'm happy
right,
with that. Okay. But there are people who want to customize shit, whatever. Or they think, oh,
yeah."
I'm free. And then when they are hacked, oh, what happened? So it's no. You cannot have everything. You have to choose. That's
But
the conundrum.
I think ultimately, like people could practice on to create apps, and we could have more people who kind of get interested in it if they first do it on kind of a public server. And I mean, people don't have to get it, but you know, also you could technically speaking have apps, good apps on this not approved app store that are really good, but they don't follow Apple's terms of agreement. Because for you to publish an app on App Store, their app could deny certain apps be- because of some like really arbitrary reasons. That just
Yes.
like that are just their personal preferences, some belief systems that they have. But
Yeah.
on the open source, you could technically speaking, you can get any and create
Tim,
any
just
app you want.
yeah, just remember one thing. There is not such
It's
a
a
thing
double-edged
as free
sword.
lunch.
Yes, it's a
There's not
double-edged
such a thing as
sword.
a free lunch. So nothing's for free. When the app says like Facebook, remember Facebook? Facebook
Yeah.
will never. Okay, I'm old. Sorry, guys.
Oh my god.
Facebook, you never had to buy to have Facebook. Okay,
Yeah.
why
You were the
not? Because
product.
Facebook, yeah, you are the product because they are selling your information, be it anonymous or not, but they are selling your information so for the highest bidder.
Mm,
So, and
that's
this is the
right.
kind of thing that people do not understand.
That's right. That's right. That you're the product. They took everybody's information, learned everything about everyone, and sold those lists to people.
Yes,
Interesting.
man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff. Billy says, Tim, 699 Apple Watch is titanium grade 5 with the sapphire crystal. That's actually very reasonable. It's like a Tissot PRX for 2 years. Then it breaks.
Or it's out of tune and you have to buy a new one because the CPU does
The
not work
battery
anymore.
is
The
not going to
GPU,
last
yeah, the
anymore. The
battery.
CPU is
So
already
come on.
old and tired. Yeah, these electronics.
They,
You always have to have the latest, the freshest stuff.
yes, yes, that's the thing, man. You are either
But have we gone
at,
too far?
I think so.
Yeah, it's too far, right? It's
Yes,
unnecessary
man.
complexity now. It's just it
If
feels
you,
like it's
if
just
you,
complexity for complexity's sake.
if you take a look at not us but our fathers and our grandparents,
Yes.
our parents and grandparents, they used to buy a television or a fridge, and that used to live in your house for more than 10, 20 years. Okay?
That's right.
Now you buy a television and television, not talk about iPhones, television, and 2 years down the road you want to have a new one. You buy a fridge and it's not going to last more than 5 years because you need to buy a new one. It's not for life anymore.
Mm.
So everybody wants, and add to that the consumerism that I told you before. You have to have the latest, the greatest.
But
So
that's why we're not going to solve any crisis over here with this type of strategy, right? Because it's really we're fucking ourselves over. Why would we support companies that make these low quality bullshit products? Why are we rewarding them? We're getting shittier products than our grandfathers had. They're
yeah,
costing us way more. We're getting fucked over here.
yes, but we kind of
Our
accept
grandfathers
that.
didn't even need an Apple Watch. They just had a pipe, a little bit of tobacco. They smoked that pipe, and they were good. uh,
Man, life has changed.
it really did. Really does. Billy, $5 super chat. Apple Care. Oh shit. Sorry, I didn't read. I almost read that one. Says it's good for 5 years. Replaces free Apple Care. $500. It's good for five. Replaces free. 5.99. 4.99. Sorry, it's a 4.99 a month. Billy says that basically you can get Apple Care for $4.99 a month. And if your watch is stolen, lost, or broken, you get a new one, a free replacement.
That's consumerism. Let's buy a new one.
Exactly. It's all about buying new one. By the way, link in the chat if anybody wants to join us on the stream and
Yeah.
tell us about their consumerist addictions. Yeah, it's like roommate buying this plant. What was she thinking? Makes no sense.
Man,
Why would you do
is
it?
their roommate. Do not criticize her. Do
It
not cheat
arrives a
yourself.
day before going to this grease trip. Oh, it's crazy stuff. But yeah, it's not a good kind of consumerism, Sergio. See, but let's see. What does this consumerism create? As long as the product is good quality, then you know what? So be it. There's
Yeah,
nothing I
that's
could do.
that's good. I know. I got caught in this fever of I need to have the latest iPhone
Uh huh.
for some time.
Yeah.
And I was, yeah, every year there was a new iPhone, a new iPhone, a new iPhone. And I said, come on, guys, I don't need that much. So now my phone stays with me 2, 3 years. When I see the battery started to running low, right, is the when I change.
Hmm.
But it's not about having the latest. I don't even have the iPhone Pro. I think it's too much. I don't need that. I'm not a video maker with all that silly stuff that they do. Try to replace the cinema cameras. It's too much. I do not need that sort of things.
Hmm.
So it's about what is good enough. I
Yeah.
don't have the latest MacBook Pro. I have a MacBook Air. So
The latest MacBook Air.
now the one that I have is M3. Yeah, it's the latest.
Oh,
The Air
nice,
is
nice. How
is
is
the
it?
latest. Very good. But it's the Air, it's not the Pro. I don't need the Pro. The Pro is too much. The Air is almost the same. In fact, the visually is the same. It's lightning fast. The one that I had before was the iMac. Remember the iMac, the 27 inches,
Let me see
the
here.
desktop,
MacBook
because yeah,
Air. Here we go.
MacBook Air.
Wow, there we go. Look at that.
Yeah, it's almost like if not exactly like the MacBook Pro, because
Lean, lean.
version, the previous version had a different design,
Hmm.
but it's
Oh,
very similar right now.
hey, Sergeant.
Hello,
Welcome to
Sergeant.
the show. Hello, hello. Hey,
I
we're
like
just
it.
talking a little bit about Apple products over here. Sergio is giving me the laydown on the Apple Watch. Are you an Apple Watch user?
No.
No, not an Apple Watch. Why not?
The only thing electronics that I wear as far as the uh, watch is the Casio. It's
Casio.
G-Shock, and that monitors my heart rate only when I work out. That's the only time that I use any type of electronic watch. I did in the past have not an Apple Watch, but I had the Garmin. I had the what was it, Google Watch, whatever it is. But I
Oh,
hated the fact that I had to go ahead and charge it like every other day. And it just, for me, I rather have the good old automatic. It's okay. It's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
yes.
and I buy it, Sergeant, because it's a hassle. Every single day you have to spend a time of your day. Oh, I need to use. If you are very, connected, addicted to the watch. Now I have to spend that time to charge it. Otherwise, I'm going to run low, and people get that that shit. But I like this one, the M3. It's fast enough because the one that I had before was the iMac, not the Mac, not the laptop.
Desktop,
It
like
was
a
the iMac.
desktop computer.
Yeah, the 27 inch, they don't do it anymore. Now the one they do is a 24 inches, if I recall.
Hmm.
Uh,
And
Lord with the
and
passport says, "Can we talk about humble independence like Rolex, Patek, LUC? Please, someone, please call 911. Hey, Lord, join us on the stream. Tell us something about a Rolex or a Patek Philippe. What do we know? We're just talking about MacBooks.
well, we can
Yeah, yeah,
change a
no,
little
no,
bit.
we're gonna get
I
back to
don't know.
watches and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because there is a watch that I like it. I like it was launched. I think it was launched yesterday or this month.
Hmm.
It's a Seiko. So please, guys, don't hate me. But it's a Seiko made with porcelain. It's that the white milky. I don't remember
Yes.
the name of the watch. See if we can
I'll
find
pull
it.
it up
Tim.
right here. Yeah, I
If
have
I
it.
recall, it's $1,900.
That's
The
right.
dial is made of porcelain. It's a beautiful one.
It's with
Oh, Seiko,
seconds and six.
yeah, Seiko makes great watches. I have like about 9 of Seikos.
My first watch that I bought is a Seiko. It's a Seiko 5.
Yeah, same here. Well, it wasn't Seiko 5. For me, it was a one that resembled the turtle. But that
Was
was
it
back in
this one?
1991. Oh yeah,
That's
that's
the one.
nice.
Man, come on. Take a look at
Beautiful.
this. Jesus.
Yeah.
This is insanely good watch.
I'd rather wear this than an Apple Watch. I'll tell you that right now, hands down. I don't care. I don't care what
Hey,
diameter it is. It can be a freaking 36, 34. I can care less. I'd rather wear this than a freaking Apple Watch.
this is a 40, 39 centimeters, 40 inches.
That'll
40
work.
inches, no, sorry, 40
I live in
millimeters.
yeah.
It's a beautiful piece. I like it.
And another thing that I just want to go ahead and just throw out. I don't know if you guys covered it, but so everyone that wears, whether it be an Apple Watch or whether or some type of digital watch, not digital, smartwatch,
Smartwatch.
Hmm.
smartwatch. So you get a message, or you get whether an email or it's down. I mean, it's synced to your phone. It's a distraction. You're always like looking at like, oh, what's going on? Like, oh, I got a text. Oh, or oh, what's going on with the weather? Or it's yeah, it could be convenient, but at the same time distracting, and it can be addicting because eventually you'll be looking at your watch like searching, and then once again, instead of looking having an actual phone and like you're like a lot of people, not every, I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of people, they just bored and they just tune out the world and just look. They dive into social media and it's just looking constantly on the phone. Whereas now they're looking at the wrist on a small little, rectangle, just looking to see what can go ahead, they can distract themselves with, rather than go ahead and looking at the beautiful watch. But that's just me.
No, you have a valid point. But you can customize what you want to. In my case, I customize. If I have a message from who I receive a message, I filter it. So not every single message I receive goes to my telephone, only to my Apple Watch, only the ones that I want to. Okay, and the apps itself. So weather does not go, but you can customize. So it's okay. You just need to have a seat and do it. But I was talking before, Sergeant. I don't know if you heard. I have the Apple Watch, but I use in two different occasions only. When I go for a walk, some physical exercise, so I want to see what's the heartbeat. I want to see how many steps I do it, how many kilometers I walk. Okay, I want to have that measure. And the other one is if I have a day, a full packed day with lots of meetings, and I don't want to lose them because one after the other, back to back. So I use it. So I do not need to go to the phone every day. Other than that, man, I use a normal kind of watch. That's the one that I prefer.
Those are valid points. I mean, like I said, one area that's far to the gym, whereas being active, I do use that, and that's the only time that I use the Casio G Shock. So yeah, I understand that. But other than that, it goes in the freaking. Once I'm done, it goes in the bag, and I don't see it until the next day that I'm going to the gym. That's it.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you, the day I retire is very likely that I'm going to retire and dump the Apple Watch together in the same day
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah,
because I don't need to be on top of the things. So it's okay, relax.
yeah, that's true.
Do things at a little bit of a slower pace. You know, with I have enough stuff coming in with just the phone alone. So personally, I wouldn't be able to manage the phone.
Yeah,
There's too many emails, there's too many messages, on all the social media. It's hard. There's a lot of things to keep up with.
So tell
So
you, man, do not get an Apple Watch.
that's why
Avoid
these
that.
Seiko porcelain dials. Look at this. This is Elton tried one on here on the left side, as you can see, with gold 12 and the gold second hand, and then like the hands are painted black. Such a contrasty watch. Actually, very legible.
I prefer
Cool.
the blue on the right. The hands are
You prefer the one on the right? Yeah. Look, it's a different complication, right? The one on the left, it's I don't like this complication because it makes the dial really asymmetrical. The one on the right is really perfectly symmetrical. I think it's nicer, but this one it's got a date, right? Yeah, it's a date at 6 o'clock, and then the power reserve at 9. Really weird complication. But yeah, I
Where's the
think.
date? I'm missing it.
Oh, it's at the 6 o'clock. That's the date. That's the little date. Yeah, you see it. That's the little hand that tells you the date. Goes to
Oh, okay.
31.
Oh, okay, got it. Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Whoa! Right? What the?
All
What
right,
is
okay.
this?
I'll tell you this. Look, I'm 51 and I just got my prescriptions. I'm at work and I'm like, what date? I mean,
It's
at
a
the
date for ants. It's
well,
too
yes, but
small.
for ants, because I'll tell you this. I'm like, whoa, what's? I have to go ahead and look. What's today's date? Okay.
Microscopic. You have to count between the fives.
That's nice. I like the idea. Don't get me wrong. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Watch.
Yeah.
It's just, I need to put my bifocals on for that now. It's a great watch.
Yeah. Uh,
But
funny
talking
stuff.
about that, Tim,
Yes.
they're gone.
Oh, the Brightlings?
Yes, they're gone.
Whoa, how are they gone? What did you do? What happened? Oh, no, Chrono 24?
Yes. Yeah.
How much? How much? Can you tell us? How
Uh,
much did you sell them?
the brown one, I had the box and papers, right? And the other one, the blue one, I had it's just the watch itself. The one in the watch itself went to the blue one went to Canada. That one sold for $22.50 and some change,
Mhm.
and then the brown one, which I had it serviced about 2 years ago, and I had all box and papers. That one went for $24.50. But
24.50.
here's the
A
thing.
Breitling,
So yeah,
46 mil, right?
yes,
Breitling Super Ocean,
Super Ocean.
46 mil. Blue and the burgundy.
Yes, the burgundy had the leather brown strap.
Whoa.
Uh,
How much
all
was the service?
the service was $750
Ooh,
because
it's not cheap. It's expensive. Yeah. So I think you got off easy.
well, yes, because I had the
Yeah.
sapphire
Yeah.
along with the service, but I had the sapphire and the what was it? The bezel replaced, so it was practically brand new. Anyway, so I sold that for that much, but here's the guy was from Czech Republic. Anyway,
San
so
Francisco?
what was that?
From San Francisco?
No, from Cisco Republic. He went ahead. That's where he was at, and
What the hell is that?
well,
You're muted, Sergio.
Oh, sorry. You are saying Czech Republic, another country.
yeah, correct.
Oh, Czech Republic. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
You
so
sold a watch to Czech Republic. What?
well, yes, but I went ahead and told him like, no, I'm not mailing it there. I had a long time ago. I had a
You had a
problem.
suspicion. Czech Republic is a shady sounding place, shady sounding country. No,
Well,
it's
no,
not. It's a little bit.
Oh,
no, it wasn't
it's a
because of
beautiful
that.
place, man.
It's a
It-
beautiful.
it-
I don't. Hey,
that
actually,
wasn't it.
that's where my cousin is at. They fled from Ukraine, I believe, to Czech Republic.
Well,
Yeah.
yes. So I will say the reason why I was hesitant to send it off there is because it takes a while. Ooh, that's a beauty.
It's just a Daytona. I'm taking it with me to
I like how it
Greece,
takes. Oh,
baptize it.
it's just a Daytona. Just. Ah,
No. It's overhyped. It's completely overhyped. It's not worth what people say it's worth. And I'm actually glad that the price has fallen. It makes it much
Yeah.
more comfortable for me to wear it. Feels a little bit less hypey.
No, it's a great watch for lots of people.
Very light
Let's
watch.
be honest for that.
no, it's a beautiful watch.
It's a great watch
Oh,
for lots of people. Yeah. It's a very hyped watch, but
check this
I
out, guys.
prefer
This
a
is what I'm
Speedmaster,
bringing with
to be
me.
honest.
This is what I'm bringing with me to Greece.
Okay, so the Rolex Explorer in the center. Ooh, oh yeah. Okay. Center CWC.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Mm,
Explorer
Panerai.
2 and a
I like the
Panerai,
Panerai. You
right?
know what? Out of all of them, I love the Panerai.
What do you think? It's a great
yeah.
watch, especially for Greece. I think I'm gonna be doing a lot of maybe going to the pool, maybe going to the ocean because we're gonna be on these islands.
Okay.
So I don't know what's gonna
Ju-
happen, but I think I have to bring waterproof watches.
Uh,
yeah. Just one thing, Tim.
Yeah,
You are flying abroad. It's not your first flight. You go to another country, but you are going to take three watch or three plus one.
3 plus 1.
Yeah. So be
It's over
careful
the top.
because if the customs
You
pick
think the
you, they
cartel is
can
gonna get me?
charge you.
What?
No, it's not the cartel. It's the
The
customs.
customs? What are they gonna say? Excuse me,
Yeah,
stop!
because
You're carrying too many watches with you. There's a $400
yeah,
fee.
yes,
No,
they
yeah,
can
really.
it's a
do it.
real
Yeah,
thing. Yes, you got
But
to
these one,
declare.
I'll wear the
Yeah,
Daytona then through the airport. That way, the value of this one is not that actually. These watch, we're really these are least hyped.
okay, but let's be honest. How much time are you going to spend in Greece? 1 month?
No, 1.5 weeks.
Come on, man. 4 watches?
Exactly, it's 1.5 weeks. We got to get some rotation going. I got to do
12.
something. Maybe I'll film them like in the wild, with the background of Greece. I'll take some pictures.
Okay, the white dial. If you go to Santorini, makes sense because Santorini, the island, the white houses, white dial. Check.
There you
Okay.
go. To Athens, I'll wear the Panerai. Because it's like, yeah, Panerai is technically speaking Italian, but the Italian is Roman,
Yeah.
and Romans and the Greeks they always fought together, right? The
No, they
Trojan
never fought
War,
together, man. No, no,
not
no,
together,
never fought
against each
together.
other, against each other.
They were in
The
different
great
time.
watch too, a Panaristi, in Athens. I'm gonna say
Okay,
I'm
the
conquering
CWC
this
is a good
place.
one. If you go to a dodgy place, okay, use the CWC, makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay, or if you
exactly.
go to the beach, if you go to the beaches, makes sense too.
Hmm.
I would take two only. Yeah? Out of the four, if it was me, I would take two only for 1.5 month, 1.5 weeks. But it's me. I'm not saying do
You would
as I
take
do.
one. How many did you say?
Two,
Two. You would bring
two.
two.
For 1.5 week, I talk about 10 days.
Yeah.
I would take one, maybe Greece. Maybe I'll take the from the ones that you have. I'll take the Panerai and the CWC from the four
Whoa.
that you're talking between the
Yeah.
Daytona, the Explorer, two, Panerai and CWC. I'll take those two.
But in my experience, oh, not experience, but whenever I went to whatever deployment or whatever vacation, I always took one watch. Reason is this: for every single time that I experienced well, not only an event but an area, every time I wore that one watch, it reminded me, oh, that's what I wore. It's just it's just personal. Like I have my military watch. That's what I wore every single day out of the 6 years. That was it. That was my only watch,
Mhm.
and that's the only one. Of course, you're going for a vacation, whatever it is, and it's up to you, whatever you want to go and wear as far as to, week and a half, or how many days you're going to be there. But then if you go ahead and just narrow it to one watch, you would go ahead and like every single picture, the video,
Uh-huh.
That's the
Uh-huh.
one you wore. Not just like, oh, it's just here. This is the watch I wore.
Mm.
It's just diluting. Just my opinion,
That's a
humble
really
opinion.
fair point. Really fair
Just like,
You,
point.
you,
yeah,
you should make a poll. Ask people how
Ooh,
many
all
watches
right.
that's
you
a good
should take.
poll.
1, 2, 3, 4, 10, or no than above.
10. Ah,
Yeah, because 1.5 week is 10 days, kind of.
Uh,
Okay,
it's
so you
actually
should.
it's 12 days.
Okay, 12 days. So okay, for a 12 days vacation on Greece, how many watches should I
Ridiculous. Is it
wear?
really
Not
12 days?
which
Hold on.
ones. Start with how many
22.
watches?
Hold on, from 13. Sorry. No, oh, okay. It's 11 days. Okay. It's 11. Jesus. 12 days. Made me nervous. How
so
many watches should I bring with me on 11 days vacation to Greece? What do we got?
How many
One,
choices you?
two,
Okay,
three, or four? Okay.
yes.
There we go. One, two, three, or four. Guys, vote
I,
in
I'm
the
not.
chat. Go in
I'm
the
not going to vote, not to be biased, but I already told you, I will take
no,
two.
no, no. You could add your vote. Just just to keep track of it
Okay.
because you're
no,
one
no,
of the people.
no. This guy, Lord with a passport, he says,
Yes.
"Why the jitters?"
The
I mean, granted,
CWC. He doesn't like this, the CWC.
oh,
We need a
I
shitter.
like,
One shitter is really necessary.
but I
'Cause
like that one.
sometimes you
It
go
has
to the
history.
dodgy place.
Yeah, I like that one. It has history, right? It's part of the Dirty Dozen on the
Billy
Second World
said
War.
Timmy's gonna come back home with no watches and going to remember this vacation forever.
Yeah, yeah,
Holy
that's
shit.
because people love
Actually,
you, huh?
yeah, 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 yeah. It's a no laughing matter. There's Let me show you this. There's an article out here. Get this, guys. You're not gonna believe it. Sir Ben fucking Ainsley has Rolex robbed at a knife point in Barcelona. That's the guy with the Yachtmaster titanium. He was probably wearing the watch, and the gang stole it from him. What?
Damn it.
That's the craziest news I've ever read in my life. Of all the people in the world, Sir Ben Ainsley, unbelievable, unbelievable.
Yeah,
Okay.
these tourist places, they are a hotbed for people to get mugged.
Is that the article goes? The 47-year-old, he looks really good for 47. Who is leading the UK's Ineos Britannia team in the America's Cup was mugged by a gang while leaving a restaurant on Saturday night. Local media reported British former Olympic yachtman Sir Ben Ainsley has been robbed of his Rolex watch at a knife point in Barcelona. 47-year-old who is lead. It's like they're repeating the same thing. Uh, he told the Daily Telegraph, Barcelona is a fantastic host city for America's Cup, and the team has felt welcomed as is enjoying our stay in the vibrant city. Okay, he doesn't really acknowledge the whole robbery thing. Good on him. Let in all big cities, you can be affected by opportunistic crime. And like in all big cities, you can be affected by opportunistic crime. And my situation is no different. This matter is now with the local authorities. Wow, I don't know, very sensible guy. He didn't go into like, I freaking hate Barcelona. I'm out of here. I'm never coming back. If you're gonna treat me like this, Barcelona has seen a spate of luxury watch thefts, and the city has police learned specialized in the theft of high value watches. They're taking some steps. Sir Ben is the most successful sailor in the Olympic history. He has won medals at 5 consecutive Olympics from 1966 onwards, including gold at the tour at 4 consecutive games held between 2000 2012. The guy is insanely talented, right?
Oh yeah. Apparently he went in 3 times and got gold every
Yeah.
time.
It's crazy, right? He's just smashing it. The best sailor in the world, basically. That's why Rolex partnered with him. He's the Steven Spielberg of sailing.
Mm.
The guy is a genius in sailing. I don't know about not really at getting robbed for a Rolex. But you
So
know what?
now, so now, Lord, the passport knows why you're taking the shitter with you.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm not going to Barcelona. I've been to Barcelona. I wore
Yeah.
my Explorer 2. I had no problems. No issues whatsoever. I was never even looked at. So I was just walking around, minding my own business. And yeah, there's nobody, because I try to be really aware of where I'm at.
Well, Tim, I mean, look, okay, I've been parts of the world as well.
Hmm.
And it all depends on where you're at, who you're surrounded with, and the clientele that will draw people in. For example, if you're drawing a crowd, people see you, and then they'll go ahead and realize, oh, what you're wearing, oh, what you're driving. It's just whatever it is. It's the high stakes. I mean, whoever apparently they went ahead and they went ahead and scoped him out prior and probably knew him already. Or like, oh, we're gonna go in, and it's an easy target in and out. But at the same time, Tim, look,
Hmm.
I mean, it's just wherever you're at, it could be in the United States, it could be, I mean, backyard. If people can go ahead and see you, whatever it is, and they can go ahead and just rob you at gunpoint. It's just unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's the type of how may I say, whether you're on their radar, microscope, call it
Yeah.
whatever you, but
Oh, damn.
uh, it's your time, and it's if they see you as an easy score, they will, whoever it is, they will go ahead and get that watch.
Really?
It, it's well, think about it,
Right.
Tim.
Right.
It's
That makes
it can
sense.
be it can be
And I'm
eight.
like a sitting duck, too. It's
Well, not just you, Tim. Whoever
right,
it be,
whoever it
whoever,
is.
if they want that watch, they will go ahead and get the numbers, to
Hmm.
go ahead and back them up, whatever it is. Now it's up to the person who has a watch to go ahead and either abdicate the good old watch and say, all right, here, my life is, worth more than this simple watch. Or say, ego aside, I'm like, I'm all alone. Screw it. I feel freaking
Beat me
squirrely.
up for it, right?
Well, that, or guess what? Or
Or
it
I'll
could be,
take a bullet,
well, it
or
could be the,
just call the bluff.
well, it could be the other way around. There are
Some
some
of these
people.
robbers, they don't have like the cojones to actually go through with it. They'll point the gun just to scare you, but they're not gonna shoot you if you say "fuck you." I'm not doing it.
Well, there are some people. There are some people that are packing.
Yeah, but like a lot of these times, I see it like a robbery at a restaurant, and what happens is like these two guys that will come up and they point the gun at you through the shirt and say, "Give me your watch," and these people really willingly give up the watch. But there's chances that the guy's just pointing two fingers through the hoodie. He doesn't even have a gun.
Very true.
It's all a matter of just calling a bluff, just saying, "No, you know what? You have to pistol whip me first for this." And then see what happens. A lot of them just don't have the guts,
True. It
but
all
that's
depends.
really risky. I wouldn't recommend this method.
Oh no, well, it all depends on who you're with. I mean, if I'm with my daughter or my wife, I'm like, okay, here's a watch, bye.
Mm.
But
Uh,
if I'm feeling squirrely, I'm like, you know what? I'm all alone. I'm okay. Come take it. I'm gonna have some fun. It could be that way. You never know. The other person may be a little bit more nuts than the other person. Just
mm.
anyway.
Sean, $50 super chat. Timmy just checked in to wish you bon voyage, my friend, and also to pay respect in remembrance of many angels up in the sky who became victims of the tragic events 23 years ago today, which changed the world as we know it forever. God bless. Thank you so much, Sean. Actually, before ending this live stream, I'm gonna play this video. It's an incredible new channel. It's the hottest thing on the YouTube, guys. It's so freaking hot. It's what everybody's talking about it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you guys know what the latest thing on the wristwatch YouTube radar is?
No.
Anyone in the chat? I'll give you guys one opportunity. Try to take a guess, or if you know, let me know in the chat that you know. I'm gonna pull it up in a second. There's a new hot YouTube channel that's changing the entire watch entertainment forever, forever. You don't know what I'm talking about? Okay, I'll give you guys just a little bit more opportunity, just a couple of seconds. I'm gonna play. We're gonna watch this video together. It's gonna blow your mind. Okay. All right. It doesn't look like nobody knows, so I'm gonna reveal it. Here we go. It's called. It's such a crazy channel. Okay. Uh, here we go. How do I share the video? Okay. Here we go. It's called Watches of Espionage. Right? And it's like such a well put together videos on different wristwatch stories. And in this case, they're going to cover a turnograph Datejust that was worn by one of the guys that thwarted a hijacked watch on September 11th. So this guy, they actually, when the terrorists took over the plane, he formulated like a plan with other passengers to take down the terrorists before they dropped the plane somewhere, and they actually successfully overtook the terrorists. And but everybody on board died because they crashed the plane, but not where like into a building or something crazy that they wanted to do. And this video tells that story. So let's watch it together.
On September 11th, 2001, Todd Beamer led other passengers in a charge on the cockpit of the hijacked United Flight 93. On his wrist was a Rolex watch. In this video, we'll share the story of an ordinary man heroically altering the course of history, as well as his watch, which remains frozen in time. On the morning of September 11th, 2001, Todd Beamer, a 32-year-old account manager at Oracle, rose early to catch United Airlines Flight 93 from Newark to San Francisco for a business trip. As part of his morning routine, he snapped the clasp shut on the two-tone Jubilee bracelet of his 36mm Rolex Datejust turnograph before heading out the door at 6:15 a.m., leaving his pregnant wife Lisa and their two children at home. After a 42-minute delay, Beamer boarded United Airlines Flight 93. It departed from Gate 17 at Newark Liberty International Airport and took off at 8:42 a.m. At 9:28 a.m., the calm Tuesday morning flight was interrupted when al-Qaeda hijackers, led by Ziad Samir Jara, used box cutters and a supposed explosive device to take control of the plane and divert the aircraft back east towards Washington, D.C. The hijackers moved Beamer and the other 43 passengers to the rear of the plane. Using cell phones and seatback phones, the passengers contacted loved ones and airport officials and learned that 3 other aircraft had been weaponized, deliberately crashing into some of our nation's most important buildings, including the Pentagon and the World Trade Center. Beamer and other passengers acted fast, storming the cockpit in an effort to take back the aircraft. Beamer's last words were recorded through the seatback phone. "If I don't make it, please call my family and let them know how much I love them. Are you ready? Okay, let's roll." At 10:03 a.m., Flight 93 crashed into a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, just 20 minutes flying time from the terrorists' intended target, the U.S. Capitol. Beamer and the other passengers had thwarted al-Qaeda's plans, sacrificing their lives in the process. Incredibly, Beamer's gold and steel Rolex was found among the debris from Flight 93. While the hands are disfigured and the sapphire crystal is gone, the date window, frozen in time, still reads 11, a solemn reminder of the heroic actions of Todd Beamer and the other passengers on board Flight 93 on 9/11. Beamer's watch is a two-tone 18-karat yellow gold Rolex date-just turnograph, likely reference 16263 with a champagne tapestry dial. Despite the use of precious metal, the watch was originally developed as a tool watch in the early 1950s with a bidirectional bezel for timing. Nicknamed the Thunderbird, it was issued in the late 1950s to the U.S. Air Force Air Demonstration Squadron pilots, with the famed unit's insignia on the dial. Hanging on the wall of my office is an old Rolex advertisement that I see every day. The copy, in bold, reads, "Men who guide the destinies of the world wear Rolex watches."
So as you can see, I'll just pause it here for a little bit. What do you guys think about these videos?
Oh
Incredible,
man!
right? The
First of
production.
all,
Yeah.
yeah. First of all, today is September 11th, so
Yes.
let's not forget it was something that we never thought would happen, and I hope it never happens again.
Completely impossible.
Yeah.
Became possible.
Everybody remembers. Everybody who was alive at that moment remember where we were
Mm.
when that unfolded, and that horrific thing unfolded. Uh, yeah. Now going to the piece that you just showed, the guys who did it, the guys are good. They good have a
Yeah.
good narrative. Yeah, watches of espionage, you said, right? I'm going to take a look
Mm.
later. But yeah, it was very well edited, very well narrated so far. Very beautiful. It kind of connects, right? Because what
Mm.
drives us to have watches is to connect memories to the things that we have, right? At least for me,
Yes.
that's the thing. And they did it very well on this piece.
Hey, Sean. Welcome to the show. Hello. Hello. Oh.
I was about to log off. Can you
Whoa. Hold on a second. Let me
hear me?
try to fix your audio. Hello. Hello. No. Can you hear
Can you
me?
hear me?
Okay. Now it's better.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Can you
There
hear
we
me?
go. There we go. There you go. Now we're
Okay,
talking.
there's something wrong with my earpiece. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna jump off, but the only reason I stayed is because you said you were gonna
Mm.
play this video, which I had
Oh.
never seen before, and
Yes.
obviously I remember that day.
Yes.
It was actually less than 24 hours before my wife and I had just come back from our second honeymoon, our real honeymoon,
Wow.
second year in our marriage. We decided to have a 3 week honeymoon, so we went to Spain,
Yes.
and we came back the day before, and we realized coming in, checking in, there was something going on. There
Oh.
was a lot of security in the airport, and I was at work when I heard everybody screaming, so I ran to the lounge and I saw
Mm.
what happened, and I saw the second plane hit the building. It's one of those images that you can never get out of your memory, out of your brain. When I saw this and I saw,
Yeah.
what the two boys, the his wife, it was very touching. I had to jump on and say that if every little thing that we can do for heroes like Mr. Beamer
Yes.
is something that we should do. I think it would be a cool idea for us to find an identical watch like
Mm.
that, and our community to present it to his family.
Uh, Hey, that would be extraordinary, actually. Um,
I think
I don't think
so.
it's not possible.
When if you can search for if somebody can
Yeah.
search for for the watch, and then we'll get everybody to
Yeah.
pitch in, and if you want to upfront the money, and then we'll pitch in, and let's everybody just get that watch and
Mm.
send it to his family.
Mm.
It's not
Okay.
gonna, at least it's gonna show that there are people that even after 23 years, that they still value what he did and the rest of the people in that plane, and they
Yeah.
won't be forgotten.
Yeah, actually, I'm checking here on Chrono 24, and they have something similar for 4,700, but the dial is
Yeah,
not
it's
matching. We need to
yeah.
find that.
Let's find an original. Let's find an
Mm.
original, or identical one to it. If we can find
Mhm.
one that's new old stock, something
Mhm.
that's like that, and then let's get it and
Mm.
send it to them.
That would be incredible. Okay, we'll work on this. I'm gonna talk to a few people to try and find the exact same reference, and
Y-
see if we can get
if you
one.
want,
Yeah.
send me, if you don't mind, text me
Yeah.
on my phone. Text me the specifics, and
Mhm. Mhm.
I'll ask some of the watch people around here that are in the
Yeah.
business, see if
Yeah.
they can source one
I
for
think
us.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would love to contribute to something like this. It would be a really
Yeah,
incredible thing to do from a watch community, to a
yeah,
family, to kind of remember someone who's like this incredibly heroic, you know. So
yeah.
great idea, Sean.
Here,
I'm gonna talk to some people. We're gonna find the watch. Once we find the watch, we could try to see how we can, fund it and who can contribute. Let's see here. And I'll give you the
yeah,
exact
this,
reference that this watch is.
yeah. Thank you for letting me jump on. Sorry, gentlemen,
Yeah.
for my unannounced interruption of your
No,
conversation. I'm going to
we
jump
love
off.
your addition. Great idea, and hopefully you're having a good day there. Yeah.
Take care, my friend. Have a safe trip.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
tomorrow, guys, I'm
Bye
taking
bye.
off tomorrow. So, and actually I'm gonna do a live stream. I'm gonna make sure to go to the airport early and get through the security, find myself a nice place in the lounge, get some free food, free drinks, and then we'll do a live stream. We'll have some fun from the airport. How's that sound? We're
Sounds
going
good.
to Greece. We're going to Greece. I'll bring you guys to Greece. We'll test out the watches, see if they're actually waterproof. You never know with this stuff.
I'm sure they are waterproof,
Mm.
at least a
We'll
five.
take them in the ocean. The ocean.
Or a shower.
Exactly. Yeah, and the pool. We'll go in the pool. Let's do
Memories.
this. Hmm?
Memories. Accrue memory.
Exactly. Exactly, and we'll have some fun. We'll try to have some fun there with the watches. We'll try to stay away from the trouble, right? Okay, let's finish this video about the chronograph because it's also a really interesting bit of history about the watch itself. So we can find out which one we need to
The
find.
ad is intended to conjure up images
Here we
of
go.
presidents, generals, and diplomats. But what Beamer
Yeah,
did that day is exactly what the ad says.
yeah.
He changed the course of history. Had he and the
Changed
other brave
history, guys.
passengers on the
Changed
plane not acted, the
Yeah.
aircraft would have continued to
Mm.
Washington, D.C.,
We could have
and
crashed it
likely
in the
inflicted
Capitol.
significant harm on the U.S. Capitol, the heart of American democracy. Beamer was an ordinary American who showed extraordinary courage during a time of need.
Mm.
He was a man of action. Like most great men, the man made the watch, not the other way around.
Mm.
The fact that he was wearing a Rolex is insignificant, but the watch lives on as a memorial to him and his fellow passengers who made the ultimate selfless sacrifice on the morning of September 11th, 2001. Beamer's legacy lives on beyond his parting heroic action. Let's Roll became a unifying command, a battle cry for America in the post-9/11 era. Troops deploying to Afghanistan months later would use this as a motivational phrase to bring the fight to the enemy. Years later, when I traveled to war zones, Let's Roll was still commonly heard before departing on an operation or seen painted on a gym wall at remote U.S. government outposts. Today, Beamer's mangled Rolex is on display in the National September 11th Memorial Museum in New York City.
So that's a really cool part that you can actually see this watch. If you guys come to United States, come to New York and see it at the memorial. Actually, I've never been to the memorial. I probably should go visit. But the lines, they're usually so brutal. They're like 3 hours sometimes you have to wait to get inside. So I don't know. Do I go? Should I go?
You should, man.
Think
I've been there already.
yeah?
It's yeah,
You saw the
it's
watch?
no, I don't remember. I remember I
Oh,
saw
you
it.
missed it.
I went
No.
downstairs. I don't remember the watch itself. They
Hey,
had the fire truck, but I don't remember the they had some memorabilia there. But it's a place for remembering.
Yeah.
It's yeah, you feel the atmosphere, the grief itself. But
Yeah.
it's a place to go for sure.
Mm. Yeah, it's definitely it's like the way it's made, it's really somber. It's a serious place, not a, you
Yeah.
know, it's not a place to joke around. But Humble Pine saw the watch actually at the museum. I thought the Memorial Museum closed back like funding, but maybe I'm wrong. No, I think it's still open. It's gotta be. Billy says he went there too. Doesn't think the watch was there at the time. It's pretty amazing how big the memorial is in the ground. Yeah, right. It's all underground structure. Very kind of
Along with an
eerie.
Oracle business card discovered in the wreckage,
Whoa.
both
The
donated
business
by his
card
wife Lisa
survived as
to
well.
honor his sacrifice and legacy. The date window still chillingly displays the day that the
Ooh.
world changed forever.
And
11.
11 is like the two towers.
Mhm.
Number
I can see
11, right? It's scary.
Beamer's father, David Beamer, would later remark to the New York Times,
Well, here's some
Oh.
bits of a wristwatch, and its function is supposed to be to tell time. And it was a good watch; it did its job very well, but it doesn't tell what time it is anymore. But what it does tell is what time it was.
Yeah, that's the really
it
scary
says
part.
it's
The when it stopped
11th.
working probably
And so this
was the last time Beamer
this marks the
was
time that
Yeah.
the successful counterattack on Flight 93 ended.
Damn. The time on the watch is when the watch crashed into the ground. So it's like the last time that this yeah, it's really
there are few
sad
actions
story.
more selfless than sacrificing your life to protect others. And that's exactly what the passengers of
Wow.
United Airlines Flight 93 did. Had the airplane continued to Washington, D.C. and struck the U.S. Capitol, scores of elected officials, civil servants, and innocent civilians would have perished. Had Beamer and others not acted, one of the United States' darkest days would have been darker still. Like Beamer on the morning of September 11th, 2001, countless men and women would choose to roll into action and answer the call to serve in the wake of 9/11. This video is dedicated to the 2,977 people who died on September 11th, 2001.
So you can see this channel. I'm gonna drop the link again to this video. This is the new Watches of Espionage YouTube channel. I don't know who's responsible for it, but the first video they
To
had here is about Breitling and why shady
Special
people wear
operators and
Breitling.
intelligence officers, one Swiss luxury watch brand appears again and again, and that
Breitling.
brand is Breitling.
Yeah.
In this video, we'll explore why sketchy dudes wear Breitling.
Sketchy dudes. Hey, Sergeant, You're no longer sketchy. You got rid of all your sketch. You
You know,
got rid of your
here-
Breitlings.
I had before I sold these two that
Yeah.
I had 3 Breitlings.
Mhm.
No, 4.
4
4
Breitlings. You were mad sketchy.
I had the Avenger, and I had 3 Heritage. You know, they're all 46 millimeters. I had the black, the white, and the blue. I sold
Mhm.
all 4 of them, and then I figured, you know what? I miss my Breitlings, and
Mm.
erroneously, I sold my first Breitling, the black one. I shouldn't have sold that one. It was just meant a little bit more to me.
Was it the
Anyway,
Cosmonaut?
no. It was just the Heritage. It was
The
just, but it was my
Heritage.
first
Okay.
Breitling.
Yeah.
You know, the first whatever watch. Anyway, point of it all is when I wore the Breitlings, when I see this sketchy,
Yeah,
you
the
know,
sketchy. Why sketchy dudes wear Breitlings?
and this watch here, the Navitimer, isn't
Mhm.
this
Oh, no. This is the really special one. I think this is the aerospace.
the aerospace?
Got
Thank you. Aerospace.
It's got
Yeah,
the super complications. It's got all the complications in it.
yeah.
It's a
This is
minute repeater.
yes, this is the one I was looking for.
Mhm,
It's just
mhm.
for some reason I just couldn't get a good
I
deal on
love
it.
this watch. Oh my god. If the new one didn't have the balloon for some reason on the dial, I love it so much. It's one of the
Well,
sexiest watches out there. Let
yeah,
me
well,
show
this
you.
is the watch that I was seeking for,
Yeah?
but I ended up
You
getting
see
the.
oh, you want this piece. Okay. Let's
But
see.
anyway, I think it was a cool watch.
It is a cool watch. Look, where's the modern version of it? Oh, wait, is it not here? Professional? Is it in the professional category? Oh, here we go. Look, I think it's no, those are the big ones. Oh, so right now, this is the only problem. See, this is the current version. It only comes like this. It's
Yeah,
only in the orange color. So it's like a Doxa, and
yeah.
it has this balloon on the dial because it's like it's sponsoring the Orbiter 3, some kind of a project, the balloon project,
Okay.
where they live in the balloons, where they got these guys in the balloons in space living for extended
Right.
periods. And they actually brought one of these balloon um, uh, devices, balloon living houses, into Geneva. They had it on display at the
Well,
Watches and Wonders.
well,
All right.
talk about Geneva. I'm going there next week. Well,
You
guys.
going to
Anyways,
Geneva? Nice.
I have some meetings there. Okay, I need to go because it's
Okay.
getting late here. But wish you to finish well the day, Sergeant. Was a pleasure to talk to
All
you.
right, Sergio. Likewise.
Thank you, Sergio.
Okay,
Really
have a good night.
appreciate you jumping on to chat some watches, some Apple watches here. Peace out. By the way, if anybody else wants to join us on the stream to talk about watches, the link, I'll drop
You
the
know,
link.
Tim, I stand corrected. I did have 6. I just remember there was one. It was a red dial. It was a limited edition to 150. I can't remember exactly. It just had a red dial
Mhm.
and with a black case. I can't remember it. Anyway, point of it all is
Yes.
now that I'm Breitling free and I'm listening to the sketchy, if you have a Breitling, I never saw myself as a sketchy person. This is so
Uh,
sketchy. I just love how the
right? It's a
media.
great concept for a video. The watches of espionage. You see, it's got you all worked up. You're gonna watch this channel. Subscribe. Watch it. What they were on YouTube for like 2 days. They already have 19,400 subscribers.
Uh,
This channel is exploding. 145,000 views in 2 weeks.
all it's doing is just driving up this freaking price on this watch up.
It's a great watch. I really want this watch. You see, the new version even has like kind of like a chronograph little buttons to make stuff even easier.
Yeah, but isn't this the case titanium?
It
This is
is. It's
yeah.
titanium. It's light. It's got hands. It's got nice bracelet. It's got like a weird back. That's what I'm talking about. This is a bit of a problematic. So if you don't get this whole balloon thing, if you're not a fan of balloons, do you like balloons? Are you a balloon guy?
No.
No, exactly.
I'm,
See, I'm not
I'm
a
not
balloon.
a fan of this. I rather just get the 10-year version of it.
Right, older version, right?
Yeah. It's like,
This thing
it's
just
okay.
makes me think about balloons, and I'm not a like the ones with the fire. They get a little fire going.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was a skydiver and I'm,
Yeah.
diving out of the freaking balloon, yeah, okay, I'll go.
No, it's
But
really dangerous to skydive out of the balloon
it,
because
it,
I don't think you're supposed to do it. You need to have a special balloon for that because the weight that goes inside into the basket is really important. If you suddenly jump out of the balloon and all that weight disappears, it's fucking gonna slingshot you into the stratosphere. You're never gonna be able to come down.
oh, they can go ahead and decrease the pressure off by just releasing the actual hood. It's fine.
Yeah,
If
but
it's
it's
one,
dangerous. It's dangerous, I think.
like, Tim,
You don't think
I
so?
mean, jumping out of anything at a certain distance is dangerous. Okay, all
Well, you
right.
got the
So
wingsuit.
it's past the dangerous part. It's just to that point, it's kind of nuts. But that's just
Yeah.
me.
Hey,
But
this aerospace watch though is badass, and it can go in any collection again because it's so different. Like it's
it's
a
unique.
quartz automatic. I guess a
Yeah,
lot of people would say this is a heresy in the wristwatch space, but it's not Apple Watch, right? We were talking about the Apple Watch earlier. This, like, okay, Apple Watch, that's kind of like worshiping the Antichrist. But this, it's kind of like, you're just saying that you're agnostic.
that is true. I mean, that's why I remember now. So because I couldn't get a good deal on that watch, I ended up getting the Omega, the counter version of that. Of It was chrono, just like that, but it's similar to the one that went to the one of those
The moon,
aerospace. I can't remember the
aerospace.
yeah, and it was also titanium too. I just had the second version of it, the Omega.
Hmm.
But anyway, so even I ended up selling it, but
Uh-huh.
and mind you, I sold it after I had serviced it. Anyway, point is, it is a cool watch. I mean, it's something that I'm like, it's a nice
It's
watch.
different. It's a little bit different. It's got the battery, so you don't have to waste a lot of time setting it up. You could just this could be a great gym watch as well
That is
because
true.
it's so light,
Like
titanium. Yeah, you might be able to wear it to do a lot of exercise, like running. Should be no issues with this watch.
swimming, it
Yep,
could,
swimming.
swimming,
Yeah, yeah, it's a
or-
great gym watch. Yeah, I mean, you could go with the Apple Watch or something like this. I think this is cooler, much cooler, but so much more expensive.
yeah.
This watch is only 4,900. You could probably buy it for 3,500. That's true. Nice watch. I need to find a ticket. Damn. Yeah, 3,500 sounds like a good deal. I think I've seen some on Moda of this one for 3.5. Okay. There's another new addition that was added today, a new Zenith, new watch release. With this kind of a gray finish, gray dial with rose gold
That's
peeking
nice.
out.
That's beautiful.
Weird. So weird though. So weird.
Yeah. Hey, remember, it's you the one who makes the watch, not the other way around.
Mm, I guess, but I don't know who's asking for this kind of a dial. Um,
Mm.
I guess
I mean,
we can appreciate something new,
but
but
to me, in my opinion, it's like a homage to
yeah.
an AP.
Oh, how much to AP? It could
Yeah,
be.
like,
Yeah.
it has the same shape of it. It has
Yeah,
the same
it's
kind of
the shape of the key, actually. If you think about it, this is exactly Royal oak, just with a different bezel, slightly different presentation, and different price point.
Yeah, I mean, at a distance,
Why
people would.
is Yeah, it's just, that's why I'm not a huge fan of the Defy line. It's nothing original. It's just trying to cash in on, the Royal Oak, uh, hype, just Royal Oak hype. They're just and it's like Zenith doing it. It almost feels dirty because Zenith you would think that a brand like Zenith wouldn't
You
need
say
to.
dirty?
Yeah, a bit dirty, no?
All right. I mean,
It's
Zenith was a
Zenith.
good brand.
It's Zenith. I think so highly of Zenith. They got the El Primero, it's like the first uh automatic integrated chronograph. It's such an important movement. And here they're just doing a copycat of a Royal Oak. What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't feel right. From
Okay.
Zenith.
So I
Yeah.
found it. It's the Omega Speedmaster X33.
Oh,
That
okay.
that's the one I ended up getting prior to the that one. That's
hmm
when I'm like, oh, okay.
hmm
But it's a nice
say it again. I'll pull it up. Which one? Which one?
oh,
Zenith?
it's a Omega
Oh,
Speedmaster
uh-huh.
X X33.
X33. Oh, wow. Old one or the new one?
The old one. I had the Generation 2.
Okay. Oh, let's pull up the old one first. Look at that.
Yeah, that's the one.
1,500. Wow. Look at that. And it's got a light up dial.
Oh
Like,
yeah, it looks
look at this
great.
dial. It's circular.
Yeah.
Circular logic dial. Wowzers. It's still got the same bracelet. The Speedmaster bracelet. These crazy hands. Rotating bezel. This is a lot of action. All of these different buttons. Is
Yeah,
there really? It's all button. These are all different functions.
they're all
There's
different.
four Is there four buttons?
Yes.
Wow. It's all
They
different
are.
computer functions. So what can you do with this watch? You can like solve calculus equations.
No, aside from Zulu, chrono, timer, alarm, it had other functions as far as to if you had some type of mission. It had a certain
Mission. Wow.
certain timer to go.
It's like a James Bond. You could go on the mission.
Well, you can do certain things to it, and it was a very mm,
Wow.
a very technical watch. You really had to know.
It looks really technical. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun watch. It was a good watch. And it was
Hmm.
beautiful watch. I just uh, sold it to go ahead and acquire different watches. But
So you want it
it's a,
back? How much did you sell yours for?
uh, I think I sold it for like 1,500.
1,500. Okay, 1,500. That's really cheap.
Yeah, that. But
There's one. Look, there's one right now for 15.7 too,
um, mind
and
you,
it's
that was
titanium.
yeah, it's titanium. It was
Oh,
very light, very light.
really good.
But mind you, I sold this. Oof, let's see,
Mhm.
about maybe 6 years ago.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I only had to watch for a year and a half.
Mm. And that was the X33.
Yes, it's second gen. You can
And
tell.
now I think there's a third gen.
Yes,
Is
you
it?
can tell. See the crown?
Hmm.
You can tell off the crown. So when you flip to the third gen, you'll be able to see that it's a different crown. There you go.
Okay, here we go. Oh, it's really different, and the dial is not circular.
Yeah.
The crown looks like it's got a space for you to put your nails and pull it out really easily.
Yeah.
And the dial is like horizontal, so it's much. I guess it's easier to read.
Yeah.
Uh, wow. What's in the back? It's kind of a screw
It's
down
got,
back. It's titanium, right? It looks
mhm.
titanium.
They're all titanium.
Wow. This is actually really nice. I like this. 4,600.
Mhm.
Cheap. It's not cheap. But it's a calculator kind of.
It is. It is. The reason why when I serviced it, there was something wrong. It's a glitch to the second gen, for first and second gen. The chip fried, so
Oh,
they ended up taking it to Omega. They always replace it. They have parts to it, but
mm,
that's why with Gen 3 or newer, whatever it is, you don't have that problem anymore.
mm.
But that's
Um,
why I went from Breitling to there. It's like, forget it. Let's just get the Omega. For me, it was a better bargain.
let's see. Omega is still making this one, and they recently updated it as well. I think they made a Mars edition one that you can take to
Oh,
Mars. If you're one of the lucky few that goes on Elon's vessel that's gonna take everybody to Mars, then you can bring this watch with you, and you will be able to tell the time in the Martian way.
and here
How
I
about
thought you were going
that?
to tell me that they give that for free, complimentary.
Oh no, you have to buy your own.
Hey, as much money you're going to go ahead and pay for that
Just
trip?
wait until you find out how much the popcorn is on the ship. A lot of money.
Yeah.
But guess what? You get a free strap changing tool with it, with the watch, which is pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't notice that. That's the terrain of Mars, I think. See that?
Yeah, it's some kind of a canyon, or
Hmm.
yeah, it's some kind
Hey,
of
look,
a,
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's Marsy terrain. Mars terrain. It's an actual watch for Mars. I don't know if the first guys to go to Mars, if they're going to use this watch on the wrist. What do you think? You think the Mars crew, United States to Mars crew, you think they're going to wear these watches on the ship for the first mission? Do you think in our lifetime we're going to send people to Mars and back?
All right. So I'm 50. Talk. I can see that.
You
I
can
can
see
see
that
that.
happening.
Yeah, I can see that in 20 years or less. No, I can see that. And it's just the point. I mean, we can. Point is, what enterprise is going to go ahead, meaning company or whatever, it will put all the money to go ahead and do it. I mean, but technically we could. We have the technology.
We could. We should. Should we? Or is that like, not, fuck it. Let's just
But
stay here. Let's just stay put.
look, the only reason why would, if any enterprise, meaning any company or entity, would go ahead and fund this,
Yes.
would be to find, oh wait, there is something valuable out there that I can acquire and bring it back and make much more money than what I spent. That's the only
Really?
reason why we would
No,
go.
no. But yeah, look, we went to the moon. We didn't find Jack. There's nothing there. There's only a little bit of that moon rock that we put into Speedmasters.
But
But
yeah, true. But Tim, we didn't go to the moon just
but
because we wanted to go to the moon.
no,
We
I
wanted
think
to
we
go to
did because we
the moon.
wanted to just say fuck you to the Soviets. Wasn't that what it was all
It
about?
was, it was a
Just a
race.
big middle finger to the Russians.
Yeah, that it was just a race. That's all it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
So
it's like we got a gold medal, so we got to go to the Mars before the Russians go to the Mars. Imagine,
I don't. I mean,
imagine.
well, I'll tell you what. If I was
I
to
don't think
go
they
ahead
have that
and go to
technology though.
Mars or whatever it is, I would go ahead and make sure I get this. I mean,
What if
if I,
Putin announced tomorrow that the Russia is going to Mars in 6 years?
the race would be on.
Oh snap!
I would think the race would be on. I'm like, oh hell
Yeah,
no! Yeah.
hell no, hell no. Yeah, we gotta beat him there. We can't just let them get away with it. You
I
know?
mean, it's just not Russia. You can say China. I think China's equivalent right now. They can do it too.
No, the Rockets will never make it there. They're too weak. No, I don't. I don't know. It's a possibility. Look, they got good tech. They're
Tim,
really
no,
smart people.
true,
They
but Tim, no, you're thinking that they don't have the. Are you telling me they don't have the ability to go ahead and ask, hey, Russia, can you go ahead and send some of your missiles and some of your
Oh, they're buddies. They're best trading partners right now.
exactly, like, can you help us to go ahead and all they need is just to go ahead and for the devices, technology. They have the funds to go ahead and do this.
Well, they print their own money, so technically they could do whatever they want, but it just doesn't seem like they have the desire. Like China, they never been very interested in space, I think.
I'm going to tell you this, and you heard it before. It's the quiet ones you have to worry about.
Okay.
That's just my philosophy, anyway.
Double D says, "How dare you? Without the space race, we wouldn't have Tang."
Oh yes, I agree. Tang. Yes, I love Tang. Back
There
in
you
the
go.
day.
All right, guys. Well, I got a pack for Greece. No, but I'll try to arrive. Wait, I'll try to arrive in time to the airport, slightly early.
Where do you go?
Greece.
Or?
Yeah, yeah. I gotta go and give my watches to my family because I can't keep them at the house just in case there's a break-in. You never know. So I don't leave any of the valuable stuff at the house.
Smart man.
Because I got all these stupid watches. Anyways, guys, if you like the show, hit that upvote button. Sorry for coming to the party there in LA.
Of course.
Nice. And you got to bring the Sea Dweller, the fake one,
I will.
that apparently the fake one, to the LA house.
I will.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys, if you haven't upvoted yet, upvote the stream. And if you want to support the show via PayPal, there's a link in the chat. All right, I'm going to bring you guys to Greece. Let's do this. Peace out, everybody. See you tomorrow. Sergeant.